told us that
Good luck, good luck.
All right, guys, good evening. It is Liam Murray joining you after the dinner break from the Jackstar. I am joined by Mr. Dean Cox. Dean is joining me for the last session of this day one of Jackstar. Hopefully, we can get Dean in now.
I should be here. How is everyone?
That is good to hear. Just bear with me for 1 sec. Good.
Now fresh. You look different. Now fresh. No sunny.
I love this shirt stack, you know.
20.
Huh?
20. You saw him.
7
Yeah, but he's
Sorry, just having a couple of issues with my audio, guys, so it won't be too long. I'll be back with you shortly.
He raised with any 2 or 3 bet with any 2, he got a
Yeah, he hits.
3 pairs.
That's true. That's
All right, well, we're still here, so we can let everyone know what's going on while Liam's sorting out his audio.
Flips up and running. Steve's walking around. 1 in 10, 150 bucks each. Bring your way into the Jackstar.
4 bet, 4,000.
A winner rebuy.
4.
So,
6 fold.
Michelle's decided to c-bet his top pair with his king-queen. It looks like he's just going to take it down against Nick Yang. No surprise here. Michael has the highest VPIP with 85%.
What are you doing jamming into me?
Huh?
What are you doing jamming into me?
Tell me what? Ace King? I have to fold.
So,
Yeah, I forgot that I was
we'll
against
just
you.
continue to see how it goes. It looks like we've still got a couple of people absent after the break.
But you know we are on
But
TV,
it should be a good
so-
table. Jigs and Michelle and Michael are definitely going to keep this fun.
I'll just send it to you. I'll send you the
9 fold. 1 fold. 2 fold. 2 6. 2,600. 2 6. 4 fold.
All right, Max raises up the 7-7 to 2.6k. Fairly reasonable. Will Wong likes to flat with the ace-3 suited from cutoff, but we have some monsters here. Nick Yang has woken up with kings, and with the highest VPIP, Michael has aces right behind him. This is going to get pretty hectic.
Something good, something good.
7 raise, 7,500. 7 5.
All right, so Nick 3-bets a 7-5, and let's see what Michael decides to do. He scrunches up his face as he looks down at the ace-ace.
Thank you very much. 8 raise, 18,000.
And he does put in the 4-bet to 18,000. Max Dillon gets out of the way fairly easily, and so does Will Wong, but I can't imagine Nick Yang is going anywhere, and especially not against a player like Michael, who is in every hand and likes to get after it.
It smells under here. I'll do that.
What does Nick do here? Does he elect to put in a 5-bet against someone like Michael? Or is he going to try and do a little trappy? Because Michael does like to continue.
All in.
7 raise, 50k. 50,000. Oh, all in?
He said all in. He said all in.
Ah, yeah.
He said
Yeah,
all in.
okay. 8 all in. 7 call.
Come
He's
on.
always got a hand. He's always got a hand. I've seen all of it.
Oh, come on, please, one time.
Come on,
Hold.
All right, he does rip it, and we get the snap by Michael, and he's in stress town. Aces v Kings, and Michael is in stress. He's looking good up to the turn, and he gets the full double, as you would expect, Aces v Kings, and he sits back in relief.
150.
Why'd you fold 7 deuce, brother?
90.
What's it 5 deuce?
That ace-3 suited too.
99.
You're not out. You're not out.
80.
Still just waiting for
83,
Liam to sort out some audio issues that he's having. He should be back with us any moment, hopefully.
84,000. So
You got a little bit.
yeah,
1,000
85
back.
and then 1,000 back to you.
Gets
84,000.
it done. Look out. Watch out, table. Michael has chips. He is going to limp.
I am not the
He's going to call.
Do I have
And
to-
he's going to try and destroy some souls.
Can I get a
That is what Michael does.
You're stuck. Okay. Six, 7,700. 77. Thank you.
No.
7,700.
I wanted to do a link.
You got the next big one position.
7.7.
See you guys. Oh my god.
Wait. No, I think that's wrong.
Sit 9 moving.
Michael's messaging everyone. Hey guys, just got aces in V Kings. Got a double.
Really know how to use it that well.
Confused.
2 fold. 3 fold. 4 fold. 5 fold. 6 fold. 7 fold.
Oh, I shortchanged it anyway, so I better call.
8 call. 1 check. What's that?
All right. And Michael gets at it.
8
Middle
bet.
pair, lead from small blind.
1 call.
And we will no doubt see Will calling with his up and down here.
I feel like you're
And he gets there on the turn, but it is a club.
1 bet 4,000. 4. 8 call.
No, check river. Call.
Check in the dark. 8 check.
I call.
1 bet 7,000.
All right. And river is the deuce of hearts. Will still has the check mark, as you'd expect.
How's it going, guys?
Check will bet 7k and is called by Michael with second pair.
Just had a 7.
And Michael gives a little bit of a back.
Yeah. Come through when you're back on the table. 40-minute break, and he messaged me like,
I drove out.
"Oh, did you?
I went to Brisbane's.
Thanks for the invite."
I didn't think you wanted to eat, you know.
How you been, bro?
Yeah, you're alright. Same old. How was your trip?
All right. Where's everyone dialing in from?
Really good.
Dialing in.
Hey?
What a weird thing to say. But dialing in. Anyone? Where's everyone watching from? Is everyone just in Brisbane, around Australia, around the world?
I gave it a
Hit us up in the comments, especially while Liam's
You got it down.
abandoned me.
Delayed.
Oh, yeah, you gotta wait.
It will be.
3 fold.
20 minutes.
What, 20?
Yeah, 20 minutes.
4 fold.
How much you back?
5 fold.
3:30.
Not good enough.
All right. Nick Yang is going to open the King 9-0 out of cutoff off 6.4 bigs. I very much doubt that he has 6.4 bigs there.
7 fold.
No, that's sorry. I read that was Nick Yang. Kim has 236 bigs. He has a stack. Queen 10 suited.
2 fold. Heads up.
No, so, yeah, beautiful. Me and you again.
Did you play the main?
Michael calls. Like I said, he is going to do some calling.
Staying here for the weekend?
He is going to do some calling.
Or you just driving back?
Yeah. It's beautiful. I love it.
Yeah.
Hour plus.
Dean,
Yes,
Yeah, shit.
can you hear me?
Going home with
I can hear you.
Guys, I'm a tech whiz. We're back. We're back, baby.
Did you turn it off and turn it on again?
5. 8 bet 5,000.
Nailed it.
5k.
You sure you didn't just get Taylor, like, call out to Taylor? Honey, it's broken. Can you fix it?
Like she's far too engaged in her show.
6 check.
I don't even know what she's watching. I'm missing out on Dexter, so we are currently watching Dexter for the first time,
Oh, nice.
which has been unreal. I'm never going to Miami.
8 bet.
Yeah,
12
it definitely. Some of those shows
500.
definitely make it
12 5.
not as enticing to go to certain places, but it is just fiction. Remember.
Yeah, well, it's, yeah. Anyway,
So Michael, after coolering Kim earlier with Aces v Kings and getting a full double, flattered Kim's raise with 10-4-0 on the button and decided to lead the call the flop and then bet
6 check.
the
8
turn.
check. You check, yeah.
yeah, look, I mean, Michael plays quite a different style of poker to me, as he does to you. But, yeah, if everyone played the same, it'd be a different game.
It would be a boring game, wouldn't it? I said when Michael got the double, he's going to limp, he's going to call, and he's going to try and break some hearts.
10-4 is probably not one that I'd be playing. Dancing to the beat of his own drum, I believe. Dean, thank you very much for joining me, mate. It's always a struggle during commentary to be just talking to yourself and hoping your friends are in the comments. But,
All two of them.
yeah, I mean, one of them's out on the couch watching the show. So, yeah.
I was trying to comment today, but I think I've been banned because I couldn't. Every time I click on it, it was just like, sorry, that you can't comment. I couldn't even interact with you.
4 raise 2,600. 5 fold. 6 fold. 7 fold. 2 6.
So Michelle with a 3-3 under the gun to 2.6.
Asking for jigs in the small blind, and
1
Will,
call.
I believe is from the Sunshine Coast. He's going to call on the button Queen 9 suited. What size, if it were you, would you be choosing as jigs in the small blind?
About 5.5 times whatever that was. So somewhere in this vicinity of
3 fold.
12 to 14, 13. With that many runners, because Michael's also in there with the King 7-0 from Hijack.
That he is.
Alright, we have started our Jackstar flip. We're going to be doing it over here on table number 10. Now we're ready.
But I mean, you know, between 12 and 15
22. 4 raise 22,000. 22,000. 8 fold.
Yep, just a click.
1 fold.
just the old click with threes against the small blind.
Speaking of people playing to the beat of their own drum,
Swan in 2,
2 all
Josh
in.
in 3, Jason in 4, Martin in 5,
4 fold.
Trim in 6, Steve in
I
7.
mean, he got the best fan to fold, right?
Kerrigan in 9 and
Can't say I've
George
been full
in
bet
10.
with threes.
Then you haven't lived.
It's very true.
Sometimes, you know, you just got to get spicy. But then when they snap 5-bet whack it, it's not very pretty.
Dealers for the main event, flight number 5, make your way back to the tables please, that's dealers only.
So how? What do you think of the Centurion today? Were you happy? Was it happy watching for you?
Well, it was a lot quicker than I expected, actually.
Mm-hmm.
C1 we have 6, 5 hearts.
5 fold.
C2 we have A7, C3, G6.
All in all,
C4 we
I
have
thought
2
Nathaniel
5s.
was
C5 we have
just
Ace 8.
about as good as he
C6 we
he
have
flashed
10
it
4.
three multiple
C7
times.
we have 6 2s.
6
C8
raise
we have 9 4, 10 4
2,400.
and 9
2
and
4.
10 and 10
7
and 10.
fold.
One you can start and
8
10 10
fold.
and 10.
9
4 bids
fold.
is 3 9. Pure aces,
1 fold. 2
6
fold.
on the turn.
Nathaniel talked himself into a
Two pairs
call
of 6
with
3 fold.
top pair and 8 kick
That will lock it up. I believe this is confirmed. $32,000.
with the remainder of the tournament. Sorry, with plenty of. I think he started
3
final
players.
table today with 13 blinds, which, in comparison to the rest of the players, was just
Four
absolutely minuscule.
Yep.
Congratulations.
But he spun back to, I think it was about 40 gigs, and then he was knocked back down to,
6
One.
bet, 2,500.
What a
2
beast.
5.
yeah, Nathaniel found the jam. Ace-5 suited, and Corey called off.
All players for the main event, flying over 5, make your way back to tables. It's got
4
9
fold.
second call.
Heads up.
All players in the main, 9 second call.
13 to 40, I believe, and then he was back in the front seat of the car rather than in the boot tied up. He was driving again, so yeah, it was a really spectacular.
6 check, 8 check.
He is his harshest critic. Puts a lot of pressure on himself to make sure that he's performing to the best of his ability. So it was really nice to see him have a good result in Sydney at the Star Series.
6 bet, 6,000.
Get the win today.
8 fold.
100%. Considering the absolutely year that he had last year with the amount of firsts he picked up, he's probably kicking himself a little bit, but he's really showing that the talent is just so there. He's one of the best in Australia.
And he's definitely, it's one of those things, right? He as a professional poker player, Nathaniel is one of the pros with a career away from poker. So he, I think it was the best part of 2 years ago, decided to give poker a go full time.
Yes.
All main event players, make your way back to table 6. Getting started in 15 seconds. Tables and increments of blinds going to be 400, 800, 800. Like to pay your blinds and decks.
18 months for him, even though he had such an extremely
6 fold.
And the tables in the
7
main
all
event,
in.
you are allowed to shuffle up and deal.
in Australia. Travel rate is quite high. There's some costs you will have to get around and essentially go to work. So
Yep.
it's really important that you have big results to keep it here.
7 7. Yes.
7-7.
Yeah, 100%.
Tables for the innovation
Seven.
tournament, make your way over the
We're pretty
front room.
lucky
Thank you.
Start your photo.
8 raise,
You are on the
15,000.
innovation tournament, make your way to the front room.
9 fold. 1 fold.
Clicked.
2 fold.
Like these 3-bet
3
king
fold.
Like min clicked, like basically to 15k, right?
about 13 or 14 bigs, isolated.
Was it 7-7? It was 3K change.
7 7.
In front at the moment. Travel rate for us on this side of the country is nothing compared to what that flop
One,
is.
mate. Just finish it off.
He knew. He knew.
Lucky, man.
He knew, Michael definitely knew. So,
Give him some
yeah,
think he
I was
wins.
just saying the travel rate for us on this side of the
I hate
country is
this
nothing
because
compared
I hate this thing because the flop comes this way. I can't see it. You guys are all getting.
Yeah, when you were making that comment, I was like, oh, really? It's expensive to get up and down the East Coast, is it?
The clean the guy out of 200.
Yeah, it's pretty outrageous, and especially for those people that an actual pros like Travis and Yeater and stuff like that that actually are based out of WA. It's just outrageous the cost that they have to get over, and Dale and stuff like that. So to get over to the East Coast and maybe slight benefits in going up to some Asian countries sometimes, but that's about it.
Being on the stage, it's like almost the new 7-4.
displaying like 1Ks and above. The pure volume
Almost.
you're traveling in Asia at the moment.
Although I'm having more luck with coming on around 7-4. I don't know why.
Say Dylan Wayne, Bert Perry or Yida Chung, any of those guys who are playing the top tiers of mines day in, day out. Volume is just
8 raise, 2,500.
for someone who's
2 5.
bags and travel
9 fold.
plenty of
1 fold. 2 fold.
along the East Coast.
3 fold. 4 call.
Unfortunately, not much going on the West Coast for you
2
guys.
5.
Nah, poker is cooked over here.
That's a regulation thing though, right?
5 call.
It is and it isn't. Regulations definitely make it harder. But post-COVID, the casino hasn't really done much, which used to have 3 really good series a year.
5 check.
And they've just not been doing anything. We've started getting like a once a month 800, but they're trying to make sure that that doesn't go longer than 8 hours.
Bet 3,000. 4
Nah, it's just for them towing the line, being a crown thing that they don't want people in the casino for too long.
5 call.
You know, the whole sort of don't be here for longer than 24 hours and stuff like that. They're just being really conservative, and they just, a lot of the more senior people within the casino don't see the value that poker brings to a casino compared to the square footage of money that pokies makes.
1,500. 6.5.
Yeah, exactly. Other than that, there's a lot of pub poker, but the regulators have had to crack down. There's a couple of providers doing the wrong thing, and they've really sort of cracked down. So there's only a couple of providers now, and they're generally very targeting,
6,500.
you know, very sort of recreational prices. You know, $100, $200 max sort of tournaments. They've all got to be done within 6 hours, and then the structure in them are generally pretty bad because they really focus on people playing poker for the first time and stuff like that. So they make the first half of the tournament all really slow structures, and then because it has to be finished within 6 hours, it just sort of exponentially goes up and it just blows out. So every time you're actually playing for any amount of money, which some of these still have some decent payouts, but your final table and the average is 6 bigs and stuff like that. So it can just get a bit frustrating.
Unfortunately, the game is not how we like it as players at all times. But I saw that you were sharing a bit of your journey as a poker player in WA on your socials. How's that all been going?
Yeah, I got inspired by Adam, who started the same thing maybe a day before. And he, Adam Thagard, and he basically was just like, look, I'm doing this just to show some people that might be just getting into it, or even people that aren't in the industry, that normally just see people posting photos of, hey, look, I just won 60 grand or 15 grand. The actual grind that tournament poker is, and how much you're actually just losing before getting wins and stuff like that. Of course, unless you're Hegor, and who went and backed up his 700k score with another 66k today, that, you know, it's just not that easy.
8 check.
So I'm proving that point, that it's not that easy, unlike Thagard, who literally just was like, I'm going to show you guys how difficult this is, and just goes back-to-back wins, and is like 6k in profit off like $300 worth of buy-ins, to start off his little adventure on social media, is doing this sort of stuff as well. But yeah, been getting some good feedback. I've actually been getting a lot of people coming up to me and saying, hey, I've just been enjoying you posting it, and, you know, seeing what you're doing and that sort of stuff. I don't normally play as much poker as what I have been doing on a week-to-week basis, but the wife's been in the States, so I've been keeping myself occupied until she's back. So I've just been playing most nights, if I've not been doing anything sort of socially.
2 bet 6,000.
When you have a supportive wife or a wife who travels, it makes it easier to play.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Nah, M's great with poker and stuff like that. Like, I've always got the APL Millions that I'm going to and stuff like that. And we did a nice little tag team this year where I did, you know, three weeks for that, and then came back. We had about a week together, and then she's been in the States for about 3.5 weeks for her work. So.
To see, how did you find your APL
2 check. 5 check.
I know there was plenty of your friends who had some big results.
Yeah, I had my biggest losing series ever.
I did not know that.
I was down like 15k. But I enjoyed myself a lot. I still had it. It was still well under what I'd budgeted. I'd sort of set myself like 30k worth of buy-ins, which I probably got fairly close to. I was at like 25, with about 10k in cashes. But learned some stuff. I made a couple of pretty big mistakes in a couple of crucial spots late in nights at like sort of 3, 4 a.m. Just misreading some stuff in people's stacks and how much people actually had behind. And just need to learn off that and just keep pushing to get that sort of bigger score and you know, just again too many scores in that sort of final 2 tables where you really just, for the amount of hours that you're grinding, you're just not making very much money comparatively to you know, another 5 spots up the chain.
Yeah, definitely understand what you mean.
3 raise.
I've had a very similar journey.
3 6. Yep, 3 6.
Although fortunately,
Four
I
fold.
probably had the chance to play with the well being this side of the country, playing full time for some time. But
Players
the
moving
amount of
on
times where you
to
come sort of 14, 12,
6 fold.
18, wherever it is, you just win you lose that last flip that you need to win.
Yep.
3 6.
players will be going on to make their way back to the
Yeah,
tables.
3
Getting
6
started in
fold.
30 seconds.
So I've won 5k.
So players
Yep.
going on 30 seconds
Really
for
makes a big difference in your series. I
all
think
you
you were there with me in the back seat while it happened.
8
I was.
fold.
Interested as
9
always.
fold.
Not to be, and all that has to happen is you win that hand and you have it.
1 raise. 18,000.
As they say, you need to be
18.
there to win it.
You sure do.
There's a bit of a hand developing here, so we have had
Big advantage on the players. Your recommended blinds 3 6 6.
It was Will opened under the gun with the ace king. Max 3-bet him to 3.6. Will Wong flattered the 3-bet. Kim then flattered the 3-bet with the ace deuce O.
3.
And then Will 3-bet to 4-bet, I believe, to 18k. Max has now gone all in with the queens as a 5-bet. Although I'd be surprised if
8 fold.
Kim and maybe not Michael, but Kim called with a 8 deuce.
1 call.
And we have an old-fashioned race. No. And realistically, it's actually like extremely profitable for both of them with the amount of dead money that there was getting calls as well. It's Michael. He does it with everything, right?
That's very true. He's a fan of all of the hands.
Yeah. What's your favourite hand, Michael? All of them. Don't care.
When I get dealt two, I mean,
Yeah. He when he had aces v kings and he was all in, he was very stressed before the flop came out. Very, very stressed.
yeah, I think he's been on the receiving end of some bad beats in his time, just like the rest of us. Maybe a little bit of PTSD. Aces in a big spot, but you can deal me aces versus kings every hand of the game, and I'll take the outcome regardless of what happens.
100%. 100%. Which is actually quite amusing for Michael, because I have a feeling like Michael's been on the opposite end of some bad beats where he's been the one giving them as well.
Yeah, where the Jack 5 has made 2 pair or something like that.
3 fold.
Mm-hmm.
4 fold.
100%.
5 fold.
Have you played internationally before?
6 fold.
Within Australia?
Mainly just within Australia. I played like 1 or 2 tournaments in Vegas when I was there on a holiday, but that's like the extent of it.
Yep.
I was very close to going with Ray and Tanya to a USOP series in Vietnam. But then I sort
9
of
fold.
decided against it last minute. I actually sort of set myself a little goal of playing online that I needed to have like a 1k profitable day, and I was very, very close to doing it to go. I was playing on ACR, and they had this special like $10 tournament where they had 2 different ones at the same time, and basically if you got both final tables, you got 10% of the jackpot, and if you won both, you got 100% of the jackpot. The jackpot was around 50k US, and I was literally, I got like 12th and 10th and I busted with kings in both of them against like just trash. Yeah, so, and like if I got in one, the ICM factor on the other one was just going to be like absolutely insane, because it was going to be like $200 for ninth, but like if I actually get into the final table, it was going to be 5k, so which no one else had access to. But yeah, so
Series of poker events where the players with the patches have the $1 million bonus from WPT Gold or something like that. I can't remember the exact specifics, but obviously ICM implications that were nothing to do with the tournament.
yeah, well, we had one recently at APL Millions. I don't think it was George. It was one. I think it was Rex in the last tournament, the $250 like sort of freeze out, last chance. He needed to cash to get like second in the player of the series for the mid tier,
2,600.
and no one else knew it. But one of his friends told me, and I had Travis, and Travis was on his table. I'm like, oh well, here you go, Travis. Like, he has to min cash. Go nuts. Yeah, exactly. And he was, yeah, Rex wasn't too happy that I think it was George that told me. He's like, you just put me in the blender every hand. So, but yeah, there's always those. The player of the series stuff definitely starts near the end of the series, can really implicate some different spots to make it really complicated.
Have you had the chance to get up to the field before?
I have never. There's a lot of WA folk that go.
Absolutely. Half the field.
One check.
Yeah, which is really surprising for me, to be honest, just because it is the complete opposite side of the country.
Check.
Like,
Five
polar opposites. So no, I haven't. I think I generally prefer to just go to some other series. I've never gone to the APO, but I really want to do that at some point. That seems like a really cool series. I've done a APLPT in Adelaide. Also really want to get to some matched series, match series in Adelaide as well. I think the stacked ones will be really cool.
3,000. 15.
As you were saying earlier, plenty of poker in Australia to play. What have we got here? We've got Will with Will Wong with top pair, Will Oakby with a gut shot,
One call.
Jigs Reyes with top pair as well, Fury and Kicker. Michael is out in the bush having a swing, see what he finds.
With the Queen 6-0
6-0.
and 0%. But you know where he doesn't have 0%? Inside of his heart. He has a lot of heart.
I wasn't sure where you were going with that, but safe spot.
Five call. 3 players.
So it's interesting that the King 8 of Jigs has got out of there.
One check.
But Will has got there with his gutter ball, despite the fact that it's a spade, and he's just checked.
Alright, we have 2 seats left at Jackstar.
I wonder if Michael...
8 check.
No, he just gives up.
Play both for you, Dave?
I was wondering if he was like just going to go for it, and enough people believe that he could call anywhere with the deuce that
Clearly, I don't know.
maybe they give him a little bit of respect.
Got a boy. It's like, pretty sure on my head here. Unicorn.
So have you played with many of these guys before? I'm assuming, obviously, Michelle, Jigs.
I played with Michael, Jason,
Why does no one ever believe I've got a deuce there?
Will Wong.
When I've always got a deuce there.
What else do we have there? Michelle, Jason, Jinx Reyes, and Michael Wykes quite often. Not had the pleasure of playing with Jay or Will Oakby too much, or Max.
5 call.
But for me, I would love to be in the Jackstar, but doing Jordan the favour, and well, not even doing Jordan the favour, just
6 raise.
taking what I
3,600.
was given.
3 6.
And
Doing the poker community a favour. the whole community.
The whole lot. You know what? I reckon the field would rather my lines in there.
Two fold.
I actually think the field would like both.
Three fold. That's it.
I reckon commentating, headphones on, watching the stream while playing.
I mean, if anyone could, it's probably me.
Definitely.
If I took my riddle, I'd be
Yeah, and it would be pretty amusing as random things are happening that mean nothing. You just start swearing as you get pissed off that, like, you lost a hand.
exactly.
You might even, like, tend to the thing of actually commentating the hand that you're in rather than the one that you're watching. Which could be backfired when you're telling everyone at the table what's going on.
6 bet. 12,000.
Alright, well, Kim here has turned the trips against Will's nines, but Will is not going anywhere despite the double flush and essentially second pair.
Check. One check.
And Kim then elects to check back when the third spade rolls on the river.
Scene 1 we have Steve, Scene 2 Dave, Scene 3 Josh, Scene 4 Michelle, Scene 5 Michelle, Scene 6 is Dave, Scene 7 is George, Chris McFarlane and 8.
Definitely, there's a lot, and I see this a lot with recreational players, is just that sort of monsters under the bed syndrome. The third spade comes, they must have a flush, I'm just going to check and hope we can just check back, and I'll just take the pot as it is, rather than betting and then, you know, dealing with the situation when you get raised.
We have 6, 7 and a half in 1,
And having a plan for that.
2, 10, 5
And just missing out on a lot of value on rivers where, you know, whilst Will probably would have folded with the nines if there was another bet out there. You know, if he's got king queen or something like that, you're just missing so much value.
Onto a floor of King, Jack, 9.
Just been made aware that we
And top pair for Scene 8.
6 raise.
5 on the
2,600.
turn.
I don't know what to
36.
do, man.
8 fold.
5 has 2 pair.
9 fold.
That is fun. So you're talking to me, they can hear me, but they can't hear you.
It just seems like you were having a chat with yourself, apparently.
3 fold.
That is fun. I am that crazy.
We've been going for at least 20 minutes.
Yeah. Clearly, no one that really cares about us is actually listening.
Call.
Congratulations.
Right, just be as suspicious to me.
He's going in now.
I'm going to leave you for maybe 5 minutes while I sort this out. Otherwise, I might have to revert back to the system I had going this afternoon, which may
Sure.
need to
6 bet.
give a flick, but I'm
3,600.
going to do everything I can to
36.
try and avoid that.
No worries.
With me, sorry, leave you with people back home for 5 minutes.
4 call.
Appreciate it.
No worries. All right. Well, so for everyone that couldn't actually hear what Liam was saying, we've only just worked out that everyone can hear me and can't hear Liam. And so Liam's going to go and try and fix this up and come back and see if we can get this sorted. Otherwise, we might need to revert back to a method where it was just him doing it solo. But we have had a nice little hand here. Kim's 3-bet Michelle with the king 10 of hearts. Michelle's called with queen 8 of clubs. Michelle then flop top pair. Check called. Kim's bet. And then the 10's king has turned top pair. Michelle's checked again. And Kim, what is he going to bet now? 19 and a half. He puts Michelle all in. What is it? That is a chunky turn. Bet. What are you going to do, Michelle?
Fourfold.
He does let it go. Michelle is down to 18.6k or 16 bigs. And we'll see another one. So I apologize to everyone that was only hearing half the conversation before. But yeah, we only just found out. So I'm going to sound a bit crazy because I was just apparently, you guys just thought I was talking to myself and agreeing with certain points that you couldn't hear. I am a little crazy, but
Players, your blinds are up.
not quite to that level yet. Maybe.
All players and deals in the Jackstar, you have not commenced your shuffle, your blinds are up.
Alright. Let's see what
600 for small one.
Kim and Will get up to here under the gun.
6 fold.
Kim folds. I don't think Michael's going anywhere with 9-6 suited.
8
Not
raise,
at all. 2.5k
2,400.
from under the gun 1. So we'll see now what Jason does. He knows that Michael's been getting after it. Does he decide to 3-bet with the ace-8-0 from under the gun at 2? He does.
1 fold.
Looked like about 6.5, maybe 7.5. 6.5, yep. Everyone else gets out of the road except for Will Wong, who has jacks in the big blind. If anyone's just tuned in, you're here with Dean Cox. Liam's just having a bit of computer issues, so I'm currently just sitting in here solo, commentating. Will rips it
9
in their eyeball and takes it down because both the other guys were getting a little bit out of line. Well done, Will. Got the hand. Put him in the bin.
Blind
If I won
top,
that ticket like Michelle, I would have
1,400.
dumped it.
7, 14, 14.
Kicker wasn't the best. I knew I was ahead of you.
So, if anyone's out there listening on Facebook or I actually don't have the I actually gotta get the Twitch commentary up so I can see what's going on with Twitch as well. But if you're out there on Facebook for sure, then I can see Travis and Kevin are watching. Mr. Endersby, Mr. Huang, what are you guys doing? I know Travis is playing poker at the same time down at Play Live.
You can go onto your account for a future series.
The new
Would that be the Mill 600? Steve,
8 call.
the Mill 600,
9
APL
call.
Lane.
1 raise.
Have you attended All Star
No, I'm not on Twitch. There we go. Didn't know that.
2 fold.
for the Sydney 600?
Alrighty, what have we had here? Michael limps the Queen 5-0 under the gun. Will in +2. Queen 10 to 3k. Max Dillon flats Ace 5 suited.
8 5.
Michelle folds Queen 7. Understandably. Oh no, so Max does not flat the Ace 5 suited. He 3-bet to 8.5k.
8 5.
Kim will no doubt get out of the way here with Ace 8-0. He does. Michael, does he... what does he do? Michael just likes to post most hands. He doesn't want to get rid of it, does he? No, he does. He does. He gets rid of it.
1 call. Heads up.
And Will, what are you going to do with the Queen 10? He calls. I like this from Max so far.
1 10.
We would like to see, now 3 bets in this sort of spot. Like to see a little like 20% here from Max. Let's see what he does. Will has checked over to him. Wouldn't mind seeing a bet of about 4 to 4.5k. 5? I'll accept. Not bad.
5.
Not bad. It's more like 25%, but I don't hate it.
1 4.
And he just puts it in the bin. Thank you for coming, Will. Enjoy the chips, Max. Let's see if Michelle can spin it up. Michelle has 2 options, unlike some of the others, in regards to spinning it up. He can either win the hand, spin it up, or he can lose it, and he will just get straight back in. Buy in again. Get a fresh 80k.
Thank you.
So, little fun fact.
9 fold.
1
1 raise. 3,000. 3.
You get
2
that
fold.
89%
3 fold.
every hand.
4
That's
fold.
You're sat here on 89%.
5 fold.
Max Dillon,
You've like folded one hand.
our friend that just 3-bet ace 5, suited, is also the name of a Spider-Man villain, Electro. Let's see if he's whose villain he is today. Let us see.
H check. One bet, 5,000. 5.
Alright, so
15,000.
we'll raise this to 3k. Michael just flats the jacks. Flops middle set. Will flops top pair. And he then check raises the middle set. See, he's tricky like this, Michael, but he has been a bit more aggressive when he's had it. Although there's been some couple of absolutely out there, just like whacking in the weeds, having a swing at pots multi-way with queen high. He went to bed, got the itchy nose, coming back. What does he want to do here? I would like to see somewhere in the vicinity of 25. Oh, well done. Like it. Oh, I just went 20. Eden piles on him.
175,000.
Will, what are you doing?
8 all.
Snaps him off with middle set. You're not really going to think that he has middle set with the way he's playing. He has 4 outs once. And it is not. The 7 of hearts is the river. And Michael gets another big double. Well done, Michael. He's an unorthodox play. Has really helped you out here.
43. 44. 45. 3. 140.
145, 300.
Yeah,
Also just had
145,
Oliver
3.
join us,
145, 3.
watching. Hi, Oliver. How are you?
What was that, Michelle?
Jackstar flip is being sold right now. If anyone is interested, they have sold.
I was talking about the numbers.
Easy come, easy go.
If anyone is interested, just put your hand up.
I'm still waiting
Sorry,
for the
just sending a message to Liam.
What do you mean? You've been dusting.
I'm way below.
Until now,
Call, fold. Call, fold.
I played more hands than you, come on.
So that's what I mean. That's what you've been doing. Call, fold. Change, please.
What a luck box.
Aiden said it. I need. You got my one. You got my one.
Your VP better go up now, you got shit.
Let's see what happens next one.
It's already 80.
Well, like I said, you're here with Dean Cox, commentating. We've got the Jackstar going on, day 1. Liam is just sorting out some technical issues while I'm chatting through some of these hands.
Could this be my first Jackstar that I find?
1 fold.
What does Jigs folds? Not that we know what he's got at the moment.
3 fold.
Jigs fold the queen 4. Reasonable. Michelle and Nunu, 13 bigs. Ace Jack suited. With the option of rebuying. Where's he going? He's not going anywhere, folks. We know that. Is he just clicking or is he putting it all in? 3k, just a little click.
3.
Quite like this from Michelle.
5 fold. 6 fold.
Especially with someone like Michael, although he probably would have called all of it. And both blinds come along, Michael with the ace-8-0 and Jason with the 6-5 of clubs. We go 3 to the flop, Michelle very small, short, sorry. And it's ace-queen deuce, all hearts. What does Michelle want to do when it's checked to him? Thinking a very small bet. One big. One big. He goes 6k. 60%. He's just setting himself up to get the rest in on the turn.
Stack. Is that just like? Have you got like 10k left?
What can't you see? What hard to see?
Is there?
What does Michael? Michael's sussing him up.
There's 5 red ones.
You got someone behind you, Michael? What are you gonna do? He doesn't want to go too crazy here. Not that Jason actually has a hand, but what happens if he does?
Daddy, can you please tell me? Give him a warning.
Yeah,
It's already been mentioned. I'm just repeating what was mentioned.
I'll just call this one, alright?
Michael just calls. Wants to see what Jason does behind.
yeah. So,
He's first turn. I call.
He's all in on the
yeah,
jam.
call. Okay. 8 fold. 9 fold.
Just want to make sure he didn't.
Something very Michael. He calls and jams. So as soon as Jason folds, he jams dark.
You're in front.
And Michelle is going to go nowhere.
Fold.
He calls off, as expected.
Hey, shake. Alright, so I just
10 for a chop.
or a deuce or a 10.
Deuce for a chop.
You know what? I don't want to.
8 for the win for Michael.
I just want a deuce or a 10.
Michael looks like he's instructing the dealer exactly what card he wants. That is not it. We end up with Michelle getting the straight. He has a cheeky grin, but complains all the same.
I had to.
9,000.
There you go.
Make sure there's no hard count before you put the roll.
No, I was just gonna jam it, but I didn't know if I jam and then he snaps. I'm like, oh well, fuck.
Well, fuck, you lose 2 chips.
Yeah, but they're big ones.
He's got a team. Still in my stack. Oh no.
Wish I had 1 heart. And then Mustang. Was there 4 hearts there? Yeah. Oh, there was. Oh, I had a heart.
One more double,
Oh yeah,
please.
you had a heart, 8 hearts.
I had the 8 hearts.
You
Look at this. Watch the stream.
Give him the chips back till the stream comes on again.
That's it.
8 diamonds.
No. No, it wasn't.
Michelle requesting an extra double, and Michael trying to lie to him, saying that
I didn't have 2.
he had a heart, which we all know he didn't.
I had names. What's the matter? I should have had your range.
So everyone still has a very healthy stack.
Yeah, when I started.
Michelle's on the shorter side, but it's still half the
All
stack.
right.
Still 29. Oh, hey,
How is that? Can anyone hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear.
4 fold.
One more double, please.
Loud and clear.
How about 50% double?
This should help
Another 18,000.
with all the messages that I'm getting sounding like apparently I'm a schizophrenic talking to myself.
Dean, can you hear me?
9 fold.
I can hear you.
1 fold.
Can anyone back home tell me if they can hear me?
Is anyone actually watching?
1 check.
So hungry.
3 check. 5 check.
That's not right.
8 check. Check around. 1 check.
Any love from anyone, Liam?
Yeah, look, in the YouTube comments, it looks like we've had a couple of confirmations.
5 check.
Win.
Mate,
Win. And Nan just messaged me as well, saying that she can hear him.
beautiful.
Fantastic.
Thank you, guys. Sorry for the disruption. Daryl, stop it.
3 bet.
I've just been told that Daryl is the only one in the YouTube comments that can't hear me, so that's concerning.
8 raise. 10,000.
Concerning? I don't know that it is.
1 fold.
Well, as long as Daryl can hear you, we should be fine.
We should be
3
fine.
fold.
What a block.
What I worked out was that my mum probably knows more about computers than me, so...
Doesn't surprise.
And I'm blocking one of the very few cards that does allow a flush to get there.
For all of that, there is probably like 6 minutes left of coverage tonight, so
What a win.
Cheeky.
everyone in YouTube appreciating Daryl's dad joke. I'm a huge fan of them, as is
I don't bluff.
the absent Jordan Bromley.
How Jordan isn't a dad with the amount of jokes he comes out with is outrageous.
Yeah.
5
Do you think that he must just be dad and he just doesn't know it and that's why it's just so inbuilt into him?
6 all.
No, I do actually know how Jordan has as many dad jokes as he does. So Jordan, for up until the time that he became a soothing commentator, Jordan was a swimmer for a long time, and Jordan's uncle was his swim coach, and his swim coach, being his uncle, instilled all of the dad jokes in the world into Jordan. So that's how he has come up with as many dad jokes as he does. But you guys think he's bad in commentary? You should see him in everyday life. It does not end. It's just relentless.
Yep. Poor Macau.
Yeah, poor
Trying
Macau.
to deal with it.
He had an extremely good day today, so it was
Did
nice.
he?
Yeah, he's playing some. So Macau has some very high stakes poker. It has 2040 and 4080 AUD. Jordan, in all of his expertise, is over there playing. I believe he's playing some of those games. Don't know exactly the stakes that he's playing, but I think he was joined this week by Nelson Dong and Adam Carmen as well, of Australia's best. Both cash game crushers. So looks like they're all going to collect the money in Macau and bring it home. Jordan probably won't bring it back to the tournaments. Maybe Adam and Nelson will.
I also think that I saw Armin might be over there as well.
Can you spin his card? Yeah, thank you.
I
Thank you very much.
don't know if I saw him there yet. I know he was in Sydney, but that might be very recent. So
Yeah.
make a lot of sense if he's over there as well.
A couple of hours ago I saw. So more of Australians going over there to pillage and try and bring back some money to Australia. Especially with that newfound fortune that Armin has. After his nice big
very
score.
good couple of months.
He has.
3 calls.
So Michelle, after his recent double, clicks it up with sixes under the gun. Kim calls +2, Queen 10 suited, and then also big blinds come along with the King Jack, also of spades, from Electro himself, Max Dillon.
4 bet. 6 call.
Michelle with a tiny little c-bet gets looked up by Kim. What are you doing here with sixes after the tiny c-bet turn of flush draw?
Oh, I mean, you're not loving it, but you've probably got to continue to a small c-bet.
So he was the one small c-betting. Queen 10 suited's the one that called the bet.
6,000.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
That's alright. You would think it'd be the other way around. But Queen 10 has now taken the aggression on the turn, despite again being very small, somewhere in the vicinity
It's at about
of
4.
a quarter pot.
Yeah, quite small, and just going to get the job done.
Get the job done via the pair flush draw, despite it being small.
C1 we have Ian, C2 we have Vic, 3 is Peter, 4 is Jason, 5 is Jonathan, 6 is Vic, 7 is Blank.
Michael still breaking records. VPIP of 85%.
I don't even know if I VPIP 85 in bomb pots.
I VPIP 85 heads up with ante. That's about it.
What's your heads up game like, Dean?
Considering that everyone got to see the stream of me in the heads up in the Centurion lose a 4-1 chip lead,
5 rate, 3,000.
clearly could do some work.
C1 is ace point offsuit, ace king offsuit for 2, 7 6 offsuit for 3, jack 9 of spades for 4.
I'm pretty lucky though. I get to play a lot of sit and goes in Perth,
8 2 offsuit.
so that has definitely helped with a lot of shorter-handed play and getting used to more comfortable in final tables and more comfortable in some shorter spots, 4-5, 3-handed and that sort of stuff as well. And getting to play some really deep heads up, which you just don't get to play very often.
No, that is true. We do have a pot developing. We have a raise from from Will in under the gun, and a call from Jay. And then, well, what's that? A 3-bet jam from Michelle out of the big blind.
Correct.
Tough one for Will. Sort of caught in the middle, and he will be all in over the top. Jay probably going to have to fold, but the hand might have played quite differently if he had 3-bet his hand rather than called.
Agreed.
Because he took the passive line, he really has an undefined range from Will, I guess. Yeah, probably. Although he's been doing a lot of stuff I don't really understand, so we'll see what he does.
So, how do you normally find whether to 3-bet or flat some of these sort of spots pre-flop with ace queen? Do you look for suited v unsuited? What's your normally sort of indicator of what you should be doing?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the power of a suited Broadway versus offsuit Broadway can change quite a lot, but it depends on where you are at the table. So, for example, well, I mean, I don't know what's going on. He's chosen to flat the open and then call the 2 jams. So it's
And then it's the end of the night. Let's just try and win everyone's chips.
exactly.
Or just hit a 9 on the flop. Finish it off.
Will's requested the 9 on the flop.
It is a jack for Michelle, like only Michelle can.
And it is all locked up.
Oh, who's tripling?
9s win a small side pot against the ace queen.
So he gets a side pot. Michelle wins the main pot.
And Michelle, after being down to 13k just before, is now up over 100. And basically just got a free rebuy. Well done on $1,500, Michelle. So what's the next series for you coming up, Liam?
Mate, to be honest, I'd love to find myself somewhere overseas, playing a series before baby number 2 arrives for the Murrays in December. But I don't know where that might be. It will have to be somewhere in Asia, I imagine. America is just far too far away.
Plus tax.
Plus tax, and it's a very expensive trip as well. So,
He turned red for a bit.
yeah, I'd love to get over to the WPT series in Vegas again, but to be honest, I'm pretty keen to stay away from America while it's as chaotic as it is.
6 call.
There is, plenty of stuff that I'm pretty keen to stay away from going on in America at the moment.
Yeah. Also, just makes it easier for you with Taylor, right? If anything was to happen or anything like that, you could just get back so much quicker from Asia than you can from the States.
Yeah.
3 fold. 4 fold.
All right. We have Kim clicking up. No. Yeah, raised to 2.1, which isn't legal, so I'm assuming that's just a typo. With the ace-3 under the gun from Kim.
3 players.
Michael, as he does, flats the 10-9.
I can never bluff you because you're always
And Jigs has then raised with the ace-7. Oh, I've seen what's gone on. So the first 2 were limps, and then Jigs clicked it up, and the other 2 both flatted. But Jigs has flopped top and bottom. And Kim has come out whacking. Leads basically pot. About 80%. Any commentary on this play from Kim? The limp call under the gun, lead 80% on the ace-high flop?
Yeah. What's to say? Look, he's got all the chips, so it's a creative way to play the hand. Unfortunately for him, Jigs doesn't have a lot of reason to start raising. He's probably just going to let Jay keep blasting.
What do you think on the double flush board, though? Do you think there's ever a raise here from Jigs, or do you think the fact that he holds the ace of clubs just lessens that risk?
Yeah, I mean, if he didn't have the ace of clubs, let's say he had the ace of hearts, for example, it might sort of open up the chance for the other player to have ace x of clubs, giving plenty of reason to protect his hand. But I would, yeah, don't think he's too worried about it at the moment and just flicks in the call. Of course, the only thing that will change the hand is a king.
Which that is not.
Deuce. Will Jay slow down or will he fire again?
He does. Slow down with a check. What does Jigs do here? The brickiest of bricks on the river.
Check.
And he checks.
It's not how I'd have played the hand.
No.
Ace 7 to bet.
Look, it's a ginormous pot. There's almost there's well over a start stack in the middle. So
Yep. Agreed. He has won a nice little pot there, right near the end of the night there, Jigs. Up over 146k, pretty close to a double start stack. We definitely have an entertaining table.
Fold. 9 fold.
I don't know. They fell in
I'm actually shocked.
3,000.
Michael has folded 10-3-0 under the gun.
3 fold. 4 fold.
pretty stock standard fold from Michael, straight out of the GTO book, folding the 10-3-0.
I think he's locked up. I think he's just waiting for the end of the night now. 335k, he says, I've done enough.
Check. 1 check. 5 check. 1 check. 5 bet. 11,000.
And Will has rivered the straight against Jack High. Not the time you want to river the straight.
I would have called you off my pair of threes.
You would have won.
Actually, no, I had two.
Any pair.
I can't remember what the fuck I had. Oh, what hand was that that just played? Oh, we just missed the big one. Oh, no.
So I'm assuming we can expect you back in here tomorrow, Liam?
Yeah, swimming in the morning at 9 o'clock. So up early with Nash for his weekly swimming lesson. And then we'll be back in here for a full day of coverage on the Jackstar, and then I believe for day 2 of the main event on Sunday as well. So, yeah, plenty busy enough for me. Pretty thankful for
7 big blind.
for
8 raise.
the break overnight.
Bet. How are you finding, compared to just jumping in and doing some guest spots, actually having the full, you know, what is it, 10 hours that you've been in, essentially been in here? How you find the difference?
I mean, it's interesting, right? Like, you naturally don't want to talk too little. Like, you almost feel like you need to talk as much as you physically can. But, I mean, there's just plenty of times where you don't really need to say much. So it's about finding that balance of, you know, am I just dribbling, or am I actually providing something worth listening to? Hopefully it's worth listening to when I do choose to speak. But it's always nice to have a friend in the booth. So very much appreciative of you joining me on your Friday.
You are welcome. But personally, I've never found the balance of not dribbling shit. That's not even in the booth. That's just in everyday life.
Look, I've had the experience of having you behind me when you're not playing yourself, just watching, and there's plenty of dribble.
Yep. Yeah, I like to keep it entertaining for people. I am very much one that I want to be, whilst I take poker seriously and I want to play hard, I also want to enjoy myself, and I like to have some jokes and take the piss a bit as well.
Yeah. No, it's.
I
I think it's everyone's job to create a
9 fold.
create a fun experience for everyone at poker, and we all come for different reasons. Not everyone's here to earn a living. Plenty of people are here just for their free time. So you've got to try and make it as fun as possible for everyone involved,
definitely,
including
even for those people that are there for the lotto.
Yeah, exactly, including the dealers. Dean, stop being mean to the dealers.
I'm never mean to the dealers.
I saw you throw a chair once. No, I
When did I
didn't.
throw it? No, I was like, what? I'm like, when did I throw a chair? I was like, I mean, that might have been pre me stopping drinking, but who knows? Nah, there's only a couple of dealers that I'll constantly give shit to. Like, you can't not give trash to Dom when he's dealing to you, you know? Like, what else are you meant to do?
Exactly. You need to give it to Dom whenever you can.
Whenever you can. Dom once chose to needle me mid-hand in the Jackstar, like fairly close to the money,
8 call.
while I was making a decision. So I basically try and get him whenever I can.
3,500.
Haven't seen Dom dealing as many series recently. He's been
He's moving up in the world.
Yeah, at APL Million he had a suit on, and the only time that I've seen Dom in a suit has been well, at weddings, or the other time you wear a suit. So
2 bet 11.
Interviews.
Interviews, sure, that's what I meant.
Just save you there.
Yeah, but you know, we're very lucky. Within the Australian circuit at the moment, there is quite a large contingent of Japanese dealers. Masaki being one of them, who and Aya, who is dealing this feature table,
How many seats available?
as well as Kosai and plenty of others as well.
There was one that was doing a lot of TDing almost with Amanda. She was like basically a right-hand man at APL Millions.
Yes, little lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's gone back to Japan.
Oh, that's right. She said that she was going back, so that her visa was up, but she was great.
Yeah, no, they're the level of skill for the dealers coming out of Japan for a place that doesn't have a huge amount of poker is pretty incredible.
3,000.
Yeah, no, it really is. And it's great that we can actually utilize that and get more dealers in.
5 fold.
Well, definitely making
6 fold.
setting the bar for everyone involved. I think Will Wong must be pretty short now, right? He's no,
He's got 32 bigs. Half stack.
Half stack, yeah.
Because he won the side with the nines versus the ace queen.
Queen, yep.
Yeah. And Michael, I said he was locked up, and there he goes. It proves me wrong, flatting with 7-3 of clubs at a small blind.
Sometimes you just flop a flush, you know.
He had the opportunity, just
8 check.
wrong coloured cards. And lets it go.
Check bet fold on the turn for Jigs and Michael.
8 fold.
Technically, he didn't bet the 3,000.
He did because he made the action. Because the action happened, that was a
Ben, what
So-
kind of music do you like?
Music.
Yeah.
I am pretty all over the place, to be honest, music-wise. I've been listening to a lot of 70s and 80s sort of funk and disco lately.
You look like a funk and disco kind of guy.
Yep. However, friend just bought us tickets to Tool, who's coming to Perth,
Very cool.
which I'm really big into. Listen to a lot of post-rock. Yeah, all over the place. I listen to a lot of jazz.
You're
Yeah,
a jazzy guy. It makes sense.
exactly.
3,000.
Anything that has just a really good groove to it.
6 call.
What about yourself, Liam?
Mate, yeah, look, I'm a hip hop and rap sort of guy away from being a dad. So I grew up listening to a lot of hip hop and rap, and I follow a lot of hip hop and rap culture within America, which is
8 coal.
probably not surprising for anyone who's seen my chain or the wheels on my car.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
But yeah, no, my wife is a huge fan of country music as well, which
There you
means
go.
I'm also a huge fan of country music.
Yep.
And I also get into,
1 check. 5 check.
I don't know, what's, like
The Wiggles?
genre. No, yeah, well, I'm a Wiggles guy as well, but someone like Dom Dollar or,
Oh, yep.
yeah, something like that I also enjoy. But yeah, look, there's
6,500.
And to top it off, I also grew up listening to hardcore punk and metal as well. So sort of things like Parkway Drive and the Amity Affliction and A Day to Remember, those kind of bands I spent a lot of time in my youth listening to. But I'm
I
not
could see you getting a scream on.
I'm not an angsty teen anymore, so just got the tattoos and the gold chain, and I'm a mix of everything. So
Yeah. I think we all are these days. Everyone has a bit of different tastes and opens it up to different things. I've had
Yeah.
Jason
Check.
earn the flush with his Jack 5 downs from small blind. Unfortunately for him, no one really has too much. Kim has now 3rd pair with his Jack 6.
Check.
are we going to see a little bit of theft from anyone?
Check. 8 check.
No.
Negative.
Jason will check down the flush. He's pretty upset that he didn't get any value. The King on the River would connect with a lot of Jason just encouraging everyone to muck their hands so he
He's been
scoops the
betting
pot.
every hand.
Gave up on the turn.
He's been betting every hand.
He's not going to
I can't hear Jason, but I'm pretty sure he just said that Michael's playing every hand, which is what we've been echoing. In
So
the,
almost, what he was saying was, they're betting every hand, and finally when I get a hand, it's
We
check,
should
check,
win the
check.
hand.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So we're gonna hyper-aggressive.
It always feels like the world's against you sometimes, doesn't it?
It certainly does.
But that tiny pot has put him over start stack, and he hasn't wasted his day.
Must be nice. Must be nice to have chips in the tournament, Jason.
Those last 3 seats.
3 fold.
Dean, do you have a favourite poker memory, like a moment in poker that you really
3,000.
stands out as far as a favourite?
6 coal.
I've got a couple.
Seat 1 has King 7. Seat 2,
Which one do I go with?
5. Seat 3, Ace 10. Seat 4,
Um,
7, Ace King is suited. Seat 5. 6.
A couple of them are,
6. 5, 3, and 7. Queen.
what would it be? There's a couple that are more things that I've
10,500.
developed. I've been very lucky over the last 4 years of going to APL Millions that I've been able to make some very good friendships through poker. That's and to be honest, my entire the entire time I've played poker, one of the best things about poker is the people that I've generally met. I've met some of my best friends through poker, both in Perth and over East. And over the last couple of years, being able to get like a lot closer with people like Krilly and Sam and also on Min, become very good friends with. So that was really sort of enjoyable. One of the friends that I've travelled with, me and Trav normally travel with some different people when we're going over to it, and a guy called Shay Trezise won the Deep Freeze last year, and that was just sort of awesome to be able to sort of rail him and experience that. I was actually pretty tilted myself at that time because I just busted 9th, but as soon as I saw him on Heads Up, like that was just all gone for me, and I was just like rooting him on really hard and just wanted to see him do really well. And he took down another sort of Perth reg and sort of won that, and yeah, it was just really enjoyable to see him do so well with that. That's definitely a highlight of my time as well.
Unconventional hand again, a 3-bet from Peter, and Michael with the call with Jack 9-0. Gut shot for Michael. Middle set for Pete.
And backdoor flush draw for Michael as well.
Bandit.
In the 3-bet pot, it'll be hard to see Michael continue with just the jack of hearts that is and the gunshot, but he will call.
That's about a third pot on the flop, which is fairly similar to his pre-flop. Ooh, picks up the second nut flush draw with his gutter. You can see on his screen, we've already lost a few of those outs though. Two of the 10s have been folded as well as the 6-5 of hearts. So he doesn't quite have as many outs as he thinks he does.
It's amazing how quickly Michael called. Like it just looks like he. Well, I mean, just why wouldn't you call?
When you know he's going to go backdoor to the nuts,
7
Oh, Pete,
and he just goes all in.
what are we doing there, mate?
call. 8 call.
Goodbye, Peter.
Probably the worst river in the deck, and we've just whacked. Unfortunately, we will lose Pete.
Easy game.
Yes, we will.
What a luck box.
In the background, I can't see who said it, but someone's just like, what a luck box.
Yeah.
And Michael has himself over 400k. He's over 5 start stacks with his very unconventional style. But when he gets on a run, he keeps playing the cards. So he keeps getting chips.
I don't think I fold the turn if he jams.
What about yourself, Liam? Any favourite memories?
Mate, I have been blessed with an incredible poker journey so far myself. Very thankful for all of my experiences within poker, but probably one of the best of all for myself would be when I won the first APLPT on the Gold Coast main event. I had an extremely cool rail. I had maybe 15 or 20 friends drive down from Brisbane to watch the final table, and they all jumped in my winner's photo, which was extremely cool. Shout out to the Bennetts, Muddo, and all of those guys as well as many of the guys who make up the TPC family, the Players Club in Brisbane. But the other highlight would probably be in 2022, I played in the World Series of Poker main event, and for all of day one, I played with Daniel Negreanu. So that was up there for me, and I did actually feature in his vlog very briefly.
Very nice.
Yeah,
Did you
it was-
meet Taylor on the tables?
No.
No,
So
Taylor picked up poker afterwards.
yeah, so my wife and I met probably 6 months after I moved to Brisbane, and I spent a lot of my I grew up on the Sunshine Coast and a lot of my early adulthood, and then moved to Brisbane in 2021, I believe. And I met Taylor probably 3 or 4 months after, and I basically said, hey, look, poker's my whole life. It's pretty unconventional, but I'm very content to be living the life that I am. I'd love to keep seeing you, and, you know, eventually she found her way onto the felt herself, and she's now very, very accomplished as well, and very
He
content.
is.
It was heaps easier then, right?
Mate, we are going to pause the chat. We've got trips for Max and a full house for Jay. Max is, I imagine, setting the trap with trips, but he does not know that Jay has a hammerlock on the hand.
Would you come in that event? 21st?
Jay could not bet the river faster, so what is Max going to do? Max is surely going to raise, I would imagine. The flush draws brick, the straight draws brick.
What'd you come?
Max's first act, right? So we'll see whether he...
21st?
3 bet 15,000.
He's just clicked it to, sorry, not click, but he's raised to 15.
I think he's led 15
All the money's like up.
on the
Sorry.
river. Because he's big blind.
What I was looking at was it must have been Jay calling the turn bet, which I then saw as Jay betting the
raise 50,000.
What an interesting hand.
50.
Yeah, that was
50.
close.
All of the draws brick, and you get raised on the river with trips and a 9 kicker.
Had the same thing happen.
Dean, if you're in Max's position, given the hand has played out like it has,
13,000.
what would you be doing on the river?
Yeah.
Clearly just folding.
On a set of 9.
A little bit of sarcasm. But, I mean, realistically, Kim, it's very hard to fold in this spot. But based on what we've seen Kim do so far, he's been very passive
So he reckons
and calling a lot, but hasn't actually been showing any aggression whatsoever in any spots.
Yeah, I was going to
So,
say. I was going to say similar. Generally, you know, Max showed quite a lot of aggression in the hand, and particularly betting quite large on the river, just over 10 bigs. To then get raised, sort of alarm bells have got to be going off.
yeah. And what is he actually raising with? Is he really going to be doing that with the missed flush or some missed straight draws or something like that with,
Well,
you know,
maybe.
8-9, 8-5? But he was also under the gun too, so is he really going to have that many of those hands, especially when you block some of it with a 9?
Who can say? Who can say?
But this table has been different.
Yeah.
And you can't. It's actually been a very difficult table to range people based on what they've actually been playing with, right?
Minimum? Yep. 3,200. 8 call.
Yeah, conventional ranges have sort of been thrown out the window here.
8.5. 9
As we've
raise.
seen, Michael flats under the gun 2 with Jack 3-0. What does Jason do with the 9s?
2 fold. 3 fold. 4
Surely
fold.
must be squeezing.
You would think so.
6 call. Can I get blue?
He did to 8.5k.
Yeah, just blue.
What do you think about the sizing? Under the gun goes 2 bigs to 3.2. Under the gun-
Internally,
8 call.
internally, as soon as I saw the size, I just thought, oh, it's a little bit small.
Yeah.
I probably would have went closer to maybe 11 or 12 myself.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
Have we seen Michael act on his hand yet? Did Michael really flick in the call?
6 check.
Yes,
8
he did.
check.
We watched him do it. The chips are still in front of him.
Yeah, okay.
This is Michael though, and this is Michael with 401k in front of him.
And Jay has flopped trips as well.
10.
Bad news for Jason. Unfortunately, the time that he has a hand, they also have a hand. And what is he going to see? Is he just going to see a flat? I imagine it is.
10,000. 10. Heads up.
Going for the little cheeky again. I reckon Michael's and frustrated that he's folded and then hit a pair on the turn. He's probably texting everyone back home that he folded on the flop, and that he's then hit a flop, hit the 3.
9 bet. 18,000.
He continues. This is interesting from Jason in this spot, continuing again on a board like this with 9s.
6
You're sort of really narrowing your opponent's range. Way too small, like way too tight.
Do you have a ticket now?
And Kim has just put him in. And yet again, the only time we've really seen aggression from Kim is when he's actually had it.
call.
And 9s call off.
6
How do I put him on
9.
8? 9 one time?
Yeah, 9 all.
9 one time.
And ask for his 1 time.
I mean, it's as good a time as possible.
1 out. Once. And Jason will have to hand his chips over to Kim.
I'm glad I didn't hang around 8. Had a 3. Really good when I hit my 3. And then like another 3 on the river. I'm like, yeah, let's go.
And Michael is no longer the chip leader on the table. J Kim has taken that mantle. 422k, just a casual 264 bigs.
I always wondered how these massive stacks occur. I'm very rarely someone who bags 10 start stacks or something like that, but yeah, I mean, I very rarely play Ace-8-0 like that as well, so there's not too much to be said there.
Got some things to learn, mate.
I do. I think that's a pretty good way to describe it.
But not two of the same picture.
Got some tops I need to learn.
He's Ace-8, flop trips. Let's try Ace-7-0 under the gun. Clicks it up to 3.2. And Michael says, whatever you can do, I can do better. And flats. With the 6-2-0. From under the gun 1. What do you think these players are thinking when they're looking up at the TV and watching the hands that were actually getting played?
Probably a little bit of confusion, to be honest.
Is it readers right? Are they picking up the right hands?
Yeah. Jeez, APL are really messing up their cards here, aren't they?
Yeah.
But no,
And-
Michael is in a 3-bet pot with Jack 3-0, so...
Yep. But
6 check, 8
Kim just continues to run amazing, raising Ace-7 off under the gun, flopping top and bottom,
6 bet, 6,000.
and Michael has picked up a 2-high flush draw, and he is going to call.
Too high, you reckon?
Yep. Oh, and a pair.
How often do you find yourself saying too high in a flush draw
8
sense?
call.
A couple of times.
And hey,
8-7 to pair.
I called you with a 2.
Look, he proudly announced that he was calling with the deuce high flush draw.
Spade on the river.
Proud.
Really, you're gonna win a hand today or what? Oh, no way.
You had peanuts there.
Yeah. I'm trying to try.
Are you trying to try? Yeah. Give me Jackson, I'll try.
Yeah, but that was one hand.
That was such a good turn today.
Every hand that I hit the board, I get a two.
Such a good turn for you to keep me interested because I hit the 6. Yeah, I had the 6. I had 6 deuce off.
6 deuce.
Yeah, but I had the 2 of spades. I'm like, ooh, I don't think you like that spade. And I've hit. So I need another 6 or a spade. What's that,
what do
11?
we have remaining? We have
Wasn't terrible.
53 of 78 remaining in the field. 100k guarantee on the prize pool.
8 raise, 3,500. 3 5. 1 fold. 2 fold. 3 fold.
So they have already hit that guarantee. They're at 101k prize pool.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
And I'm assuming as all the Jackstars are, there's still going to be some late reg tomorrow.
There will be.
4 raise, 8,000. 8.
Look what I had.
5 fold.
Michelle 3-bets
6 fold.
Michael, who raises Queen 10 off under the gun with his Ace Queen of hearts.
8k.
Where's Michael going with
8 call.
cards as good as Queen 10?
Absolutely nowhere is the answer.
And he outflops him.
Of course. Why wouldn't you? Certainly
Three
wouldn't.
outs.
Shouldn't play Queen 10 if you're not going to outflop someone.
No.
4 bet, 6,000.
Cool.
Call? 8 call. Thank you.
No.
Queen turn could be fun.
Thank you.
I heard you were calling some cards in the Centurion.
Mate, it was pretty crook. Paul Martin, I haven't spoke to him yet, but I imagine I'll probably get a stern talking to after I do.
Did you see what I just did?
4 bet, 16,000.
Oh my god, you did.
16.
stubborn.
Lucky it's a diamond.
I can't call that. Because if I call that, you're just going to do it again on the river.
He's saying can't call, so he's jamming.
8 raise.
Wow.
325,325.
Michelle slowly drops the chips out of his hand and chuckles.
It's amazing because Michelle plays quite an unorthodox style, and Michael does as well. So
Maybe King Jack offsuit.
as far as game tree goes, these guys have fallen out of the tree.
Well outside of tree.
Snap that shit right in there.
I got a reaction from Michelle at APL Millions because I said that I might be a luckier player than he is. It didn't go down that well.
Queen Jack? Ace King? Ace King of diamonds?
He's asking him whether he has Ace King of Diamonds. Michael is asking Michelle if he's slow rolling him with the Royal.
If you have not snapped sir, you would...
And it's one thing when you play with Michael is that he does talk a lot during the hand, and he will be constantly, there will be this constant chatter from him.
Loves a chat.
Dom. Dom. Thank you.
Michelle, you want me to keep talking or do you want me to shut up? Because you said you got a read on me and I don't know what that read is.
What do you have?
Well, I can't actually say what I have, but I think if you call, you got to rebuy.
So, Michael just announced, for anyone that couldn't hear that, maybe just you, Liam,
And there's no
I can't actually announce what I have, but if you call, you're rebuying.
I mean, by rules, that's probably still okay, maybe borderline, but honestly, that's not something I would ever be doing. Michelle is too good to give him any extra information.
I think you're on in front on the flop. Oh, I think you're crushed now.
It is a big raise.
Huge jam for sure.
So there was 48k in the pot prior to the all-in.
You know I'm not a dog.
So and Michelle has had about 1.5 pot behind, which is essentially what this is. I suppose it's pot once you include the 2 lots of 16, but yeah. You think
Thanks,
Michelle's going to
Clap.
get away from this?
I think so, but frustratingly.
Again, very similar to J. Kim. We haven't seen any really big, crazy bets from Michael with in these sort of spots without actually having it. Yes, calls a lot, calls hands that you would, based off GTO, you would say that you shouldn't be playing. Even has some whacks when it's been checked to him a couple of times with this queen high 5, in 5-way pots. But it's a very different situation in a 3-bet pot where it's gone bet call, and then putting a massive bet in there. He's just not done it that I've seen with just complete air once it's actually really getting to this sort of a spot.
Very rarely will you see Michael show up with just about nothing in this spot. Just whether or not he has a hand like
You're clearly not.
King Queen with the King of Diamonds, that would be a very nice combination to do that with.
Agreed.
Queen 9 with the 9 of Diamonds would be another one. But everything else, unfortunately, I think Michelle probably is behind too.
Yep.
Good problem.
Instead.
At Queen 10. Is that in front?
And he does lay it down. Well done, Michelle. He doesn't want to. He's still looking at it again. But he eventually does put it to the dealer.
I genuinely didn't know if I was in front or not. That's why I couldn't actually give you a tell that you probably look for all the time.
Look at the hearts. That guy has 2 hearts.
This is disgusting.
Can you put 800 for you, please? Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, there's a 10.
16, 16. Thank you.
I was kind of shitty because I knew out of all the cards to turn, it was going to be the fucking queen of diamonds.
Can you scan the card and yeah, thank you.
Dean, what do you have planned for the rest of your weekend? Any more poker for you?
2 rays.
Yeah, I've got a little bit of poker on Sunday.
3 fold.
I'm putting on a sit and go
4 fold.
for 2 tables.
Okay.
Sit and go on Sunday, Arvo. Going for a run tomorrow morning,
How much did you raise to?
park run,
3.5, yeah.
Nah, brother.
and then got a haircut.
Fold.
Exciting
Hey,
stuff.
let's go.
That's on.
Yep. Got my, and then I've got a friend's birthday, so we're going to the cricket and then to a pub to watch the rugby after that.
Check.
Okay, and when you say rugby, you say league.
No, Union, the Bledisloe.
Beautiful. Are you
I'll
going to be watching the rugby league?
2 bets.
On Sunday, it'll be whilst I'm playing poker, but it'll definitely be on the TV.
Yeah. And multi
but-
everywhere.
Yeah. You're a Broncos fan, right?
I am. Grew up in Brisbane. I was lucky enough to be, well, my family and I were living in Townsville during the first season of the North Queensland Cowboys. So it's actually, my dad and I went along to the Cowboys' first game, so have always had a soft spot for the Cowboys as well, but
Yeah.
have, as I mentioned earlier, grew up on the Sunshine Coast and now live in Brisbane, so well and truly a Broncos fan. And
And they've definitely had their periods of sustained success over the years.
yeah, it's been a reign of Panther for the last better
5 years.
almost 6. The Panthers have had been in 5 of the last 6 grand finals. So I think that's the stat. I think they lost 1 and then they had
4 in a row, right?
premierships in a row. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fortunately,
So-
for Panthers fans, the Broncos taking them out last week.
Yep, I'm a Raiders fan. I actually grew up in Canberra, which you might not have known.
I did not know that.
Yeah, grew up in Canberra until
Explains a lot, though.
it does. It really does. Until I was like 14 or 15, and then we moved to Perth. But yeah, so was a Raiders fan, and there was obviously been until just recently being announced the Bears coming over to Perth. There was no team and there was nothing really to watch when it came to league over in Perth for a long time when I was younger, but I still sort of very slightly sort of support the Raiders, just watch games every now and then.
Yeah, from afar or whatever, yeah.
Yeah. So I was definitely getting more interested as we won the minor premierships, and then it was pretty sad to see them bust out in straight sets.
4 bets.
Yeah, hard to imagine. They had such a dominant season, so
8 fold.
yeah. Unfortunately for them and the Bulldogs, very probably a bit disappointed in their Canterbury Bulldogs, that is, not the Western Bulldogs. They had very similar finals campaigns.
Western Bulldogs didn't have any finals campaign at all.
No, they did
underperformed
not.
completely.
Do
Sam,
you,
if
have,
you're
do
listening,
you have an AFL team?
I'm a Swans fan.
Okay.
Yeah. When I was in Canberra, like my granddad who lives in Wagga, he was a big Swans fan. So the first game I really remember watching was the grand final that they lost to North in, I think, '96. You probably weren't even born then, were you, Liam?
No, I was. I'm an '89 model, mate. I'm 36 in April, so.
The amount of kids that you hang around with, thought I might have been a little bit younger.
5 fold.
Excuse me. Can you clarify that all of those children are my peers within poker?
Raise.
Yes, definitely. I'm not making any other reference apart from you hang out with some 25-year-old poker players.
Call.
Yeah, they're all guns, so I'm just sharpening my tools, listening into all the group chats.
Let's definitely just go back to you sharpening your tools around the kids. I think that's great.
We have a call from Jigs in the big blind with Ace King suited. Probably not the conventional route that I'd have taken, but given that he's in the pot with two of the wildest beasts at the table.
I agree with that, but also when you're at the pot with the two wilds, you're going to get called by both of them. Like, he could have made this pot a lot bigger, and they both would have just snapped him off, and he would have seen this flop and happy days. And the pot's already just a lot bigger.
6 bet. 7,500.
Especially when you're going to have to play this out of position.
8 call.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know what Michael's up to, but we'll see.
Michael has a pair. Michael doesn't always have a pair, but he does this time.
2 call.
I'm going to do it again, but do you know what would be a brutal turn is a 6 of spades. Sadness. Everyone now has a piece of the flop, but Jigs has the 91% next to his name. Losing to a 6 or a queen only on the river.
2 check.
Can I get a Red Bull as well, please?
And a Red Bull for Michelle too.
Oh, great.
Just those three, yeah?
6 check.
Yes. I'll be back.
8 check. 8 check. Check around.
Check, and now what does Michael do? My experience with Michael is he now sort of slows right down after getting some resistance on the flop. I expect him to check back. And he does, and we've got the 4th club on the river, and now
2 bet.
Jigs
1,600.
elects to bet his top pair with
Just
4 clubs.
1.6 blind, one big blind.
The old one big blocker bet.
6 fold. 8 raise. 6.
Oh my
And
god.
we get a raise from Wax.
1660. So Joe's players in the night, 1660.
And this... Jigs has done this to himself.
Yeah. Yeah. Very unconventional line of hand.
Mm-hmm.
I can't answer that. I'm not allowed to actually direct. Am I allowed to answer it? Not allowed to?
I are the dealer. No, you are
You're
not.
saying you don't know, or you're saying I'm not allowed to?
Your head's up, so I don't know.
Not
Fine.
recommend.
Not recommend.
Not recommend.
What do you want me to do? I will do it. Do you want me to fold or do you want me to fold?
It's hard because you're making me feel bad, you know? As a friend, fold.
As a friend fold, that's cheeky.
That is so nice. I love it.
As a poker enemy, come over the top.
As your enemy come over the top. So good.
Sorry? You think I'd bluff
It's
you?
not a bluff. I'll bet.
You think I'd bluff you? Well, actually, yes, I do, Michael. You did bluff me.
And we'll get to see that one and their reaction in about 20 minutes. On the
Yes.
Who said it was a bluff?
I'm gonna say it's not.
So you cannot. And the Red Bull, what was that for again? You cannot ever judge me for what I say, because it's the context of what I meant. Is what needs to be defined.
Don't judge me on what I'm saying. It is all being defined by context.
Yeah. So I could insult you as much as I want, but as long as I didn't mean it, we're all good.
We're all good.
You're wrong because you've been offended by what I said.
Yep.
I'm just going to grab a drink of water, Dean. Be back in.
You go for it. We can keep up this Jigs v Wykes battle.
Close your eyes when it's on. Would you have 2 pair again?
4 fold.
Will
5 raise.
opens.
3,200.
Under the gun 1 with Queen 10 of clubs.
6 fold. It's a new
Reasonable. Wykes. Jack 9-0. Not expecting him to go anywhere. Yeah, he flats.
1 fold.
I want to see you break the 50, not like 95%. Yeah,
it's not so bad.
3 fold.
Brother,
Pillar rotation, you are now locked out. We're committing blind 1, 2 to you. Alright, to you.
Heads up.
That is Wykes commenting about how much he stinks himself.
It would be nice.
Ace 5 4.
5 check. 8 check.
Queen 10 still in the lead. That goes check check.
you have to bet to win a pot. 12.
3, 5? Yeah. 5 bets, 3,500. 8 fold.
It could have like 6 o'clock. Yeah, like,
Did I miss any craziness?
Hey.
Wykes sniffed his own armpit and then told the table that he stinks.
I'll confirm I had a 6 in my hand.
To confirm, I had a 6 in my hand. He's still going on about the 6s and bluffing his mate.
Yeah. And getting him to fold based on friendship.
Yes. A questionable action. But it's all about context.
Mm-hmm. It is all about context. What's the best deal that you've ever orchestrated at a poker game? Like payout deal.
God. I have I've been up to no good as the short stack many a time. In my time before, I guess turning pro, I was never afraid to offer a platter pay structure as the short stack, and there's been some egregious ones I've got through. I think asking for a deal while having 6 big blinds and then someone with 30 bigs agreeing to chop it has been probably up there as one of my best.
Pretty good.
8 check.
Pretty good.
1 check. 2 check.
I had a friend do a 14-way deal when he was under the gun with 2 bigs.
8 bet. 12,500.
I mean,
big
pretty
one.
impressive from your friend, but I don't know why anyone would want to do a 14-way deal unless the structure was absolutely a dog's breakfast.
It happens a lot in Perth. People just want to do deals. They just get to the money and then they're like, well, we don't want anyone to not get money. I had it the other day where we were 6-handed, top 5 were getting paid. Someone asked for a deal. Sorry, there was 7-handed, top 5 getting paid. They asked for a deal. Everyone said yes. I said no. Then we lose one. They said, but why do you want someone to go home with nothing, Dean? Why do you want to do that?
I'm playing the game for purely selfish reasons.
Yeah. And I sort of just let everyone know that the most enjoyable part of the game for myself is ICM decisions and decisions near the money. And I proceeded to be the one that bubbled after I said no to the deal.
That is
So
how
I went from the
it
most hated to the most loved.
And you probably got the na 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 on your way out.
No, they were pretty quick behind me. As soon as I went out, they did a 5-way deal and chopped it and left.
That has happened to me before as well.
Sorry, how much is that all in?
Early days in my poker career,
Wait for your turn.
I remember being six-handed and fifth was the money, and they chopped immediately after I busted. So
Yep. Yep.
5-fold. 8-fold.
Yeah? Aces again?
That is suited king. Probably should have called.
suited king probably should have called. King 6 probably not.
We're going to be stuck on this screen for about 7 hours.
I think you changed it on the break, did you say?
Fold.
You know what?
Is Michael leaving? Looked like he just got up and waved to everyone. Locked up, 440k.
It's enough start stacks for me. 5 will do.
5.5.
4-fold.
Thank you very much.
3-5 now.
I
Jigs
believe
has-
Michael is probably. I think he's probably just shot off early for the break. I think we'll be coming up to a break very shortly.
Mm. Will 3 bets at a small blind with the King Jack O. And I think Jigs is still a bit pissed off over that Ace King hand, to be honest. He doesn't have the same demeanor that he normally does.
Yeah, demeanor is the word I was looking for as well.
And J Kim still comes along in the 3-bet pot out of big blind with King 9 suited.
3 players.
We go 3 ways. And Jigs flops middle set versus Will Wong's top when Will only has 18 bigs in a 3-bet pot.
6 check.
Check. Check. Will Jigs bet his set?
2 bet. 10,000. 10. Five all in.
And Will is all in and has 1%.
Two calls.
And Will has seen the bad news. 2 Jack or a King. None of them. He is dead.
GG for Will, off to the rebuy. Right, looks
of
like
Dom.
we're going to head on break very shortly. That will probably mean we're going to have a 15-minute break or so, and then 2 more hours of play.
I hope I still from Jackstar. Your 15-minute break. Since you had currently on,
Tom Sawyer.
give you a 15-minute break.
Are we going to get one more hand, or will that be our break?
We do, and they are taking it. She is very apologetic for taking the person's big blind and ante.
Michael walked off 415 minutes early, so...
Yep. And we've confirmed this is the last hand before the break.
2 raise. 3,200. 3 fold. 4 call. 6 fold. 8 fold.
Man, the best hand.
I'm gonna check in the dark.
Jigs has raised 670 under the gun 1. Michelle has called 530 from cutoff.
Yep. 2 check.
And both of them flop nothing.
First to bet will take it down, I believe.
Most likely, but we have seen some different stuff.
2 bet 6,000.
All right, that'll be our break, guys. 15 minutes and we'll be back. We will talk to you shortly.
Thank you.
Enjoy your break.
Sorry, Brian.
Did I hit it?
Yeah.
That's it. This one? What's this, kangaroo?
It's got me. Oh, 1. Yes, 1. Yep.
Gotta stand it up. Alright, all good?
Table 1.
I do not recognize many of these people except for Jason being in a fresh table after busting and rebuying and him being back up here. Do you know many of these players?
I've played with Michael in seat 1, the captain he's known as around Brisbane, and Medi as well, who is in seat, what's that, seat 7, I believe, and Jason and Peter I'm very familiar with. I am Peter's kryptonite, unfortunately. There's been many a time where I have sucked out on Peter and in the most disastrous ways, but Pete has been a stalwart of the Gold Coast cash game scene for quite some time, and now moved into tournaments of late.
He opens to 8-7 under the gun. Seems reasonable. Jason then flats the King Jack under the gun 1. What do you think of this flat from Jason?
Certainly deep enough to be playing some hands in position, but I mean, it's one of those hands that probably looks better than it actually is. A lot of the opening range under the gun will contain, you know, cards that are going to dominate Jason quite often. Ace Jack, Ace King, King Jack, sorry, King Queen, Ace Queen. Gut shot for Jason on the flop. And he does.
With a backdoor flush draw.
It's up.
Pete has the front door flush draw as well. Turn is a jack, he now improves. Jason, that is. Pete still with jack high. Sorry, 8 high.
Picks up some straight outs, but you're not loving life if you get there. It's amazing how much FOMO I'm getting being here.
Yeah.
commentating.
Just had the same feeling.
Do I just fly over? How much are flights to Gold Coast at the moment? Where is this, Brisbane?
Yeah, I think yeah. Brisbane, the north side.
What are flights from Perth to Brisbane?
You would probably need to come 5th to get unstuck from the travel cost alone, I reckon, flying.
Let alone accommodation.
Yeah. Oh, you can just stay at my house. I live 35 minutes away, but you're welcome to come crash.
This is getting better and better.
I don't know where Captain has found the Broncos Hawaiian shirt, but that is impressive.
It is. I rate it. What would you be saying if it was a Roosters shirt, though?
I'd probably assume he's the richest bloke in the room with no salary cap issues.
Mm.
Days. 4,000. 8,400. 9,400. 1,400. 3,400. 4,400.
Yeah. $700 is the cheapest flight. And it's stopping in Bali.
Now. It's stopping in Bali?
Yep.
That's unreal.
Yep. It's the cheapest flight is actually an international flight.
That's
It's
incredible.
$1,000 to go direct from Perth, and it's $700 to go via Bali. Welcome to the airline industry in Australia.
Domestic travel within Australia is certainly no joke these days.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I had a friend tell me one day that
9-4.
what have we seen here? +1, we've got a call from Halit with the King
Limpin'.
Boosto.
Yep,
Limpin' is pimpin', as they say.
as they say. And then Chad with the Queens on the button. Looks like he makes it 7.
4-4. 5-4.
At least, I mean, that was the seat that Michael was in, right?
8-4.
It's
That is a snap call.
it's just Michael on a new table. He flops a gutter ball and a backdoor flush draw. The 2 high again. We get to say it twice in like half an hour.
5,000.
Surely you're not folding with the gutter ball when you've called the flop with King Deuce.
Looks to be a folded motion.
It definitely does look like he's not interested in this at all. Oh,
8-4.
got ya.
Tricked me.
8 check. 3 check. 8 check. 3 check. King deuce.
Check,
King
check,
high.
check, check.
Pocket queen.
King high is no good against queens.
93 for straight.
So, how's Nash going with his swimming? You excited for the morning?
It's probably a high. To be honest, it's a highlight of the week. It's so fun. He just loves it so much. I posted probably a week ago a photo of us at swimming lessons where they had an underwater photographer for the day.
I saw that photo. It was very cool.
Yeah, it was super sick. The guy just had like a, like essentially, I think it was just an underwater still camera, like if you were diving or whatever you'd use. But we didn't realize till after that Nash, when he's under the water, his eyes are open, mouth is open as well. So he's just drinking all of the chlorine at all the time. So not for me though. I closed my eyes, even though the photographer told me to open them. I could not bring myself to open my eyes in a pool of chlorine.
7-4. 8-4.
It's not one for you not to listen.
It's up.
Right. Halit with the Queen Deuce suited this time. Under the gun.
8 check. 3 bet. 5,000.
I think Chad's picked up on something here after seeing that King Deuce the hand before.
Yes,
Alexa-
I believe he may have.
Elected to isolate with the 10-7 suited, got the call, bet small, gets a fold. Very nice.
Asaki, our dealer, one of the most
9-4.
travelled dealers in the country. He has been absolutely everywhere.
3-4. 4-4.
Well, I tell what, since we've moved over
5-4.
here, my cards are getting very shy.
7-4. No call.
Lit gets the walk. That's the first we've seen for the day. Well, I've seen since I've been on.
We've not seen many walks, that's for sure. Both tables we've had on the feature have been pretty crazy.
A lot of limping.
A lot of pimping.
Coming right now.
Where's No Man when you need him, eh? He wouldn't allow this limping.
He would not. He's in Sydney. He just FT'd the 2.5K yesterday, I believe.
He did.
Which we saw Igor win.
Mm-hmm. I believe he said 66k wasn't enough, so he decided to stop trying.
5-4, 7-4, 8-4.
It's amazing, after a score like Igor had at the APL Million, you know he just absolutely had 100% of himself in the 2.5K as well.
Most definitely.
It's up.
Speaking of taking a percentage of yourself, do you have any standard rules that you go by that might help some people at home in regards to knowing what they should be doing when they're buying into tournaments and how much they should be buying in for versus either selling or swapping, or even just the tournaments that they should be buying in for based on what their role is?
In regards to bankroll management, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, look, I mean, I'll speak about it openly because I'm sort of in the middle of a bit of a downswing myself, so... Oh my god, what have we seen here?
Peter has rivered the straight and then...
It has a straight.
Dom jammed into it.
He has jammed.
What happened there? That's hand. You know what I thought? 7-8. I thought 7-8.
Yeah, a bit of
I feel
a
like losing a pot and getting Halit telling you I folded 7-8 pre and I would have won. Just as you lose.
Yeah, sorry, coming back to myself. I'm a big believer in crypto, so I am well and truly up to my neck in crypto. So not as much poker money as I would usually have, as I have invested a huge portion. I say huge portion. It's large relative to myself. So yeah, I've had a huge year. We had a extensive Vegas trip in February. I went to Korea. Had some results at the APL Million, but it's been a while between drinks for me. So it's definitely been a tough 12 months of poker, but everything else has been really good. So I think it's just really important that if you don't have the money, you don't need to be playing, you know? So, you know, I'm very happy with the decisions I've made about sort of my investing and choosing to invest over playing. Particularly with another baby on the way. For me, it's pretty important that home life is all sorted before I start playing. So probably back to the cash game tables for myself for a little bit, and rebuild the bankroll, and then probably try and get back to the APL series next, which is the Ville. So my wife and I are heading up there. Probably going to fire everything, but maybe sell a little bit more than I usually would, because there's no reason why I shouldn't be playing them other than APL don't take Solana. So
they do not. And they do not pay it out in Solana either.
No, I mean, I immediately would give it to me all. But yeah, no, just big believer in, you know, there's plenty of value in a 600 as opposed to a 1500. There's plenty of value in a 450 as opposed to a 1500. The only thing is you got to make sure you're beating the rake, so focusing on those things as well. But you know, I would perceive myself to have fairly good edge in a tournament like a 450 or a 600, given the history I have of playing a high level of poker. So I guess coming back to your question rather than waffling on, being conservative is good, but also, you know, if you don't have it, you don't need to play. So,
So,
rebuilding the bankroll is pretty important as well.
yeah, and I think that for people that have a job, it is something they can do a little bit easier, right? That if you're playing poker more recreationally, you can do a little bit more where if you lose, you go after the holiday or the poker series, you can come back and earn it. So it's not as big a thing. But do you have any sort of rules for yourself in regards to, you know, when you're trying to work out what to sell action in and what not to, in regards to, you know, the amount of buy-ins you need to play any particular sort of tournament, or do you just sort of work it out as you go along in regards to, okay, I'm going to sell in the 2.5K, but I'm not going to sell in the 600 because of the edge is different?
Yeah, I mean, pretty good example. I sold for the Jackstar in the APL Million, but I didn't sell for the main event. Both of them at 1,500 buy-ins. So I perceived myself to have a pretty big edge in the main. And of course, the main having such a huge ROI. So where the ROI is potentially a lot higher, I'll tend to take a little bit more of a risk. And where the ROI is lower, I'll tend to try and share the variance a little bit. Very fortunate to have a really supportive group of friends who, for many of them, particularly in my group chat, I share the journey with them and have had a really long history of you know, a group of investors who stake me to play. Unfortunately, not having a result for some time, but Dean, you're one of the friends I'm lucky enough to have in that group chat, and you know, we've kept the air in the tires. Haven't upgraded the suspension for a little while, but we've been in the game, just not quite converting as often as we'd like.
Definitely, but there's been also a lot of score. You had a pretty successful last year as well, so you understanding that tournament poker is fairly high in variance, and you're going to have runs where it just doesn't quite work out. So yeah, I think it's definitely something for people to consider in regards to what they're entering, for like a whole heap of different reasons, right? Price, rake. One of the big things for me during APL Millions is actually the structure. I like those 1K and above tournaments, excluding like the single day high roller structures, are a lot better than any of the, like, excluding like the deep freeze. All of the ones that are lower, and I just generally prefer playing them and feel like I can use my edge more in a tournament where the structure is actually better than the structures that are far more turbo in some of those, you know, second chances and terminators and all that sort of stuff that are fairly hyper in the way that their structures are set to try and get through them in a day, or, you know, a day plus a final table.
Sure, I would definitely agree with that. I think another thing that I'd mention is that if you're going to travel, you really want to be playing some tournaments with, you know, for example, as someone who takes their poker quite seriously, I probably wouldn't travel for a series where I was just playing, like, for example, a 300 average buy-in. You know, somewhere like the Ville, I would be trying to you know, trying to make sure I was playing all the larger events as well. Otherwise, it's probably not a good decision to travel to play.
Yeah.
Coming back to what was I going to say? Coming back to how important it is to just, you know, essentially stay in the game. Like someone like, for example, Jared Thatcher. Jared is one of Australia's most recognizable and successful poker players, with well over 1 million in Hended Mob. He just had what I would imagine Jared would call a drought breaker result in Sydney in the main. I just looked at Jared's Hended Mob. Throughout all of 2025, he only has one cash above 20k, and you know, you think about how many tournaments Jared's played. For him to just continually be in the tournaments, you really need those little wins ticking over. And, you know, he had well, it's definitely not a breakthrough score because he's had plenty of them, but a bit of a drought breaker for him. Like myself, you know, if I'm not in the tournaments, I can't be winning them. So you've just got to stay in the game.
Yeah. And I'm assuming your reference to staying in the game is making it so that you can keep playing and sit out that variance by making sure you're buying into tournaments so you can actually afford to do it. And
yep,
I know that.
And for me, that might look like selling in something that I usually wouldn't sell in. For example, maybe a 600. Maybe I'm, you know, want to de-risk a little bit and sell 30% in that, or you know, where 6 months ago I would have been happy to have all of myself in a 2.5K or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah. And then you understood that as soon as you stopped letting me back you in tournaments, it just didn't go as well. You realized that I was the secret sauce.
That is true. The Dean Cox trap. As long as Dean is involved, you will run well.
It's very true. I'm not gonna lie. I run good, and that often gets passed on to people that are back. But sometimes it's also just about backing good players.
Yeah.
I've always whenever there's an option of backing Trav, I take it. The guy.
What an opportunity to be in Trav's circle.
Oh man, he is honestly one of the best dudes going around as well.
He's all right. No, I'm a huge Trav fan for sure.
So, very, very open with knowledge and information as well. We're always happy for people to come up and asking questions and chat to them and stuff like that. I've been able to learn a lot from him over the years. Pete Peters turns the jack. Jason has a double gutter here with his 8 high. Not expecting him to go anywhere, but does he elect to raise? He does. Which is interesting. Like, what are you repping here? Checking back big blind, BVB, checking flop, and then raising a lead on the turn.
That is not the river that Jason was looking for. Will he continue with the story? I imagine he will.
You would expect him to. You'd expect him to think that, like, okay, well, part of what I'm repping is the flush draw here that's got in. And I only have 8 high, so I kind of need to do something.
Nice hand from Jason.
Well done.
Winning one he probably shouldn't have.
Yep. And he did it the hard way too. But that made him all the extra dollars. What would you recommend for people getting into poker and playing some tournaments that they can afford, but they want to sort of reduce the risk a little bit in regards to the best way to do that? Like you were suggesting before, obviously just play stuff that you can afford, but maybe you just want to reduce that risk, like you were saying with some of those 600s and stuff like that. And how would you recommend people going about that for the first time?
Selling action amongst your friends is one of the best things you can do. It really gives you a huge opportunity to share your hands with your friends as well. Essentially, one of my favorite things to do is be able to share my journey, whether that be on Facebook or within my group chat or wherever it is. If your friends have got a vested interest in what's going on, you know that you're going to get some really good feedback as well. Because whether it's 2.5%, 5%, 10%, if you've got 2.5% of me in a 2.5K, and you know that I'm punting your money as well. So, it's always a good thing to do for your development, is to share your hands and share them honestly, and be open to critique from your peers or from your friends. But if the Jackstar is a buy-in that you probably wouldn't want to have all of yourself in, which is, there's certainly no shame in that. A 1,500 is a large buy-in. If 10 of your mates all chucked in $50 and took 500 of the action, and had 30% of the results, it gives you an opportunity to play and a little bit less risk as well. So that's probably something I'd suggest, is selling some action amongst your friends is a good way to have access to buy-ins that you wouldn't normally be able to afford.
Yep.
What about yourself, mate? Have you do you generally sell, or do you swap action with friends, or what's your sort of technique?
So I do both. I've had a few people that I've been able to chat to about it and listen, and someone gave me the advice to find someone they thought was equal to or better than me, and do some swaps as well. So first time I went to APL, I was going to be staying with Trav, and I asked him if he wanted to do a series swap, and he was like, yeah, sure. I'm just like, okay, cool. And I've generally been able to
spot for you.
Yeah, a dream, right? And so there was always been at least 3 of us staying in a place, and we've always done sort of 10% apartment swaps for the entire series. Unlucky for me is Trav's only had one winning APL Millions year. He wins all these big 20k WPT tournaments, and comes in at APL and just seems to run terribly. But that's been really good. But I definitely agree with you what you're saying in regards to when I do sell, which I've learnt to make sure, like, what I work out I'm selling for is I need to have 100 buy-ins of a tournament that I'm going to be buying into. If I don't have 100 buy-ins for it, I will sell to reduce the risk of that tournament down to 100 buy-ins. So if I have 100k in my poker bankroll for ease sake, and I'm buying it at 1,500, I need to reduce that down to $1,000. So I'll try and...
I'm from Chad. Holy dooly.
This is nice.
Streets. Yeah, I love it. It's actually sick.
Yeah. This is very, very nice.
What component of Chad's hand do you really like about it? Is there anything in particular that makes it a nice combo for him to bluff?
Just the fact that it's there's a few different things. One, it's blocking the ace of diamonds. For me, is like a really nice card for him to have, both from a, like, you're blocking sort of ace king and stuff like that, and also having the diamonds. But apart from that, most of the time that I see this sort of stuff, when I've done some study around it, is gut shots have just like a really high value in taking those risky lines from. So, you know, he's probably, if he gets called, he's definitely not dead because he's drawing to the nuts. But you're just not going to get called that often when you take such an aggressive line and put them to the test on a turn like that.
Without contestation, essentially.
Yeah. And you do just get so many hands, like, of the middling pairs to fold. Like, they just can't stand to that level of aggression with 2 overs. But also, like, you're hating life there with ace queen, right?
I was just about to say, it puts an extreme amount of pressure on a hand like Queen 10 or Ace Queen. Most of
Even
those will end
King
up
10 suited, which he blocks, you know, which he sort of doesn't block at all. That might 3-bet pre like Jason did.
Yep.
King 10's like, okay, yeah, I've got top pair here, but like I feel like I'm just you're going to you're just gonna be dead so often, right?
Yeah.
Or at best you're just up against a lot of equity.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're not dead, you're flipping, essentially. That's what I would have thought.
Yeah, I've really liked Chad's play so far. In a lot of the hands, picking up and really seems to be paying attention to what other people are doing and then being able to adjust and exploit it.
Yeah. I haven't checked the comment in quite a while, Dean. Have you checked any?
There's nothing on YouTube.
Nothing on the tube.
Nothing on the tube. Brendan is telling me to get on a plane and come over.
Wish he'd tell me that.
Well, you're not plane distance away.
Yeah, I know, but I could get on a plane and I could go on a holiday.
You could. So Brian said he's leaving the stream because Wyke's got moved.
Yeah. Do we need Wykes back on?
Yeah, apparently. Ben has asked if there's a barbecue at your place.
Probably not, boys.
And Max is asking us about that last hand. Yeah, the underpair did bet twice. 3-bet and then bet twice. So they've taken a very strong line, and then the rip over the top's extremely strong. But he did it with just the gutter ball. All right. Dustin has raised ace deuce suited, and we've now got Halit, who's been very active in small blind, and Michelle, who's joined the table. With queens in the big, we have a hand brewing. Looks like Halit has gone to 14k, and Michelle has just ripped it. And I believe this is, Michelle must have rebought because he has a fresh stack straight in a big blind. I can't imagine Halit going anywhere considering the hands that he's been limp calling all day. When you look down at jacks, when you've been playing King Deuce O and King and Queen Deuce suited, I don't expect you to be folding for 20 bigs, but he does. Well played.
Yeah, agree, Max. Max in the comments. Checking back to turn would be a bit better. Only get called by better or draws maybe, and folding out worse.
I totally agree. That's
yeah.
with the 10s, right?
Yeah, with the 10s hand. Yeah, look, I think if anyone but Chad had the ace jack in that hand, Jason probably just gets it through.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunately for Jason, Chad was very aggressive and chose a supremely aggressive line, which put an amazing amount of pressure on Jason's exact hand.
Come on.
I feel like I'm babbling. Like I don't feel like I'm being very
coherent.
Yeah, coherent is the word I'm looking for.
No, you're fine. I'm definitely babbling more than you are.
Yeah, I know, but no, I'm joking. You know what I need for my desk? Dean, I need a tech deck.
Make noises.
Yep. And then I can just be skating away, doing kickflips and
Oh,
keyboard.
that. Okay, tech deck. I thought you were meaning like you want like a soundboard so you can just maybe like or whatever, like when something goes down.
Imagine that. That'd be great.
And then there's like someone like rips in a bluff against the nuts and you just do an explosion and stuff like that.
Yeah, wow.
That's where I thought you were going with that.
Yeah, no, I definitely meant a mini skateboard, but I'm gonna... That sounds unreal. Just a big horn in the background when someone raises.
Yeah. Or just like, you know, maybe some songs occasionally that you've just got clipped up, so you just get like Sard's like Smooth Operator when the ace jack gets ripped in there against the tens. Yeah. Smooth Operator, you know, just...
Or when someone else joins the table, I just hit like the Stone Cold Steve Austin entry music, like just the break glass, just...
Exactly.
Can you tell it's getting late? It might be.
Just a little. Just a little. But we're here, commentating on the day one of the Jackstar. Blinds are 1K, 2K. I'm assuming this is the last session. There's no more breaks, is that right? This is the last 2-hour block?
Yes. For us, it will be the last level, and last level for the players as well.
Yep.
Then we
coming back tomorrow?
Yeah, recommence tomorrow at midday, I believe. Or it actually
Queensland time.
Yeah. Let me have a look.
Not that you Eastern Staters just always assume that everyone in Australia is on the same time zone as you.
Well, makes sense. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you be?
Yeah.
Jackstar Super High Roller players and viewers, your blinds are up.
My name's Dean Cox. I'm here with Liam Murray with current Hendon mob of $397,000.
It's been that way for probably the best part of 10 months, unfortunately.
Surely not. You didn't punt aces at all on the bobble of the 5K.
Did anyone punt in that hand?
Nah. It was this all you, mate. What are you doing?
I don't
What
know.
are you calling off there for? What are you talking about? What are your best 5? You got 5 cashes here in August at the APL Millions.
Yeah, but do you know how many poker tournaments I've played this year?
Not enough.
Yeah, that's not wrong.
Not enough. Clearly, that chuckle is not remembering how much you said you invested in crypto and how well that's done this year.
Yeah.
I'm not crying sad for you when you've gone, I haven't been playing and I've not been giving you, Dean, a chance to back me. Instead, I've been investing in crypto and it's gone gangbusters. If you're trying to get me some sympathy, it's not happening, mate.
All I need to do is not be caught holding the bag
That is very true.
when crypto winter occurs. Max, you are correct. That is not Dean Blatt. A big bearded Dean from WA, Dean Cox.
Bigger beard than Dean Blatt, but that's about the only thing that's bigger than me and Dean in poker-wise. Everything else is bigger for Dean. I was at Aussie Millions once and I had quite a few people come up to me thinking that I was Dean Blatt.
After they saw you playing, they realised you weren't Dean Blatt.
Definitely not. They're like, why are you not cashing every second Aussie Millions satellite, Dean?
Why are you calling under the gun with Jack 5 offsuit? What
Exactly.
are you up to?
What is this? You're just a pro banana.
A Cavendish.
Hey. Dustin has raised the ace-5 suited here under the gun. Michelle folds the ace-10, respectively, but your mate, Peter Peters, with the ace-king in the small blind, has elected to... I'm assuming that's a raise. Just don't know how much exactly to. But Jason's got jacks in the big... I have a feeling we're going to see another 4-bet pot here. And Jason does 4-bet rip it. Chad's going to get out of the way. And Peter Peters calls off. The old flip.
A jack and a jack only, and that will not be it.
Good night.
Does bust Jason.
I'm surprised Halit isn't letting people know that he folded jacks pre in a 4-bet pot before. You know, let everyone know before that he folded a full house.
Thank you. I only watch it by win some hands.
Well, you can go to YouTube as well and just type in Jackstar KEDRON-WAVELL.
Oh, it's the name.
Yeah, it's just Jackstar, and it'll come up with a bunch of old Jackstar videos.
Well, I'll put 2000.
Yeah.
And just because you got the hat.
Crypto boom is not done yet, Dean. I've just read an article saying that Coinbase have partnered with Samsung to offer users access to crypto through Samsung's wallet app. We're going to the moon, baby!
I would like to point out that this is not financial advice. And do not listen to Liam Murray. If you want to do your own investing in crypto, you're welcome to. But don't invest what you can't lose. Unlike Liam.
Only buy Solana. Forever.
Do you reckon you've just jinxed Solana? Do you reckon that, like...
Oh, mate. Probably. I'm about to find out that Solana was a Ponzi scheme. And
Yeah.
I'm the only one with Solana, and it's just a fake currency.
Yeah, no one else in the world, just you.
Fake internet money.
It's not real money until you cash it out, mate.
Won't be doing that. I'm all in, baby. Solana or a full-time job.
Which won't be poker at that point.
I7, I fold. I7, I fold.
You fold jacks again?
I7.
So folding jack.
Before I7.
You just had A7?
Yeah, because I'm on the gun, so I yeah, you're icing.
No, I had an ace.
I7.
There was one unit.
So good temper.
Pocket two.
Was there a 2 there?
So I'm leaving.
Go ahead.
You'll see.
Right, come on.
Eight and four. 9-4.
12,000.
1 day. 12,000. 12. You reckon that's big enough?
So, chat,
Who knows?
if Solana goes bust, what should Liam do as a job? Should he join up the rest of the washed up poker crew and just be a full-time commentator? Should he
What was the raise?
12.
work as a butcher?
7.
Maybe a roofer?
No roofer. How strong are these roofs, Dean?
Mate, you're not as heavy as you used to be.
That's very true.
You've been doing the work.
When my wife and I we're fortunate enough to be in a position to go for a mortgage, I had a job with a roofing company that was in admin, not on the roof, but yeah, shortly after went full time in poker.
Yep.
Thankfully, that property's doing quite well. The tenant is a bit of a ratbag, my father-in-law, but
Oh, it might be 12, and then the rego finishes.
Yeah. Oh, no,
It's got 1240 up there.
Michelle with the 10-9 suited on the gun. Expect nothing other than a raise from Michelle here.
5,000.
Will the captain flat? I think so.
1 call. 3, 4. 4.
flats and 5x opens from the captain.
Yep. No 5x 3 bets with ace 5 suited though.
No 5-bet jams. Believe that to Nathaniel Hutton.
Oh, how good. What a beast.
One big blind to the winner, Nathaniel, today. Pretty unreal.
I did call early days when they were in the money that him and Mr. Ray Pickle Wang would be 1 and 2.
9 bet. 6,000. 1 call. 8 call.
Just randomly got a cramp. That's very, very strange considering I've done absolutely nothing today. Just means that I'm not drinking enough water.
Come on, mate. Look after yourself.
9 check.
15,000.
1 bet. 15,000.
Little funeral here from Michelle. Don't think he's ever thinking about doing anything apart from folding.
Got one.
Yep. And the crowd goes wild.
Let's see if we've got anything from the chat.
Blue and black.
See if anyone's given you any good job suggestions when you go broke with Solana.
Small blind.
Oh, apparently Max just suggests you grind poker online. And apparently you can throw a pizza on the roof. Is there a story behind this?
I don't know.
Have you been throwing pizzas on the roof, mate?
Mate, I try not to eat as much pizza as I used to.
I love pizza.
Max, you're going to have to explain that a little bit further as long as it's PG enough to be left in the comments. That is a very, very niche comment from you there, sir.
3 players.
Max, I've just clicked your Facebook profile. It looks like you're a chess whiz. How good at chess are you?
Give us that elo.
8.
9 bet. 8,000. 8. 3, 4.
I don't even know what that means, Dean.
Breaking Bad reference.
4, 4.
Give us that what? What did you say?
It was a Breaking Bad reference from the TV show. I knew it was because of the Heisenberg thing.
Yeah.
But
Heads up.
you have to be taking
Grandmaster is basically the Nathaniel Hutton of the chess world, right?
Yeah, basically. Gets down to 1 pawn and still beats him.
9 bet. 21,000.
Donation.
4, 4.
You're good.
Showdown. 8 high. 7 prepared.
So, Liam.
Yes, sir.
How does it feel to know that CVJ, another commentator that's regularly on here, is exactly 12 places above you in the Australian Hendon Mob rankings?
For when?
Of all-time money.
Pretty poor because our average buy-in is... Corey would have an average buy-in much lower than mine, so it doesn't say a lot for me, unfortunately. My time will come. My time in the sun. I just have to make sure I'm standing in the sun and not inside wearing a hat.
Roy McLean, currently 29 places ahead of you.
5.5.
I don't know how.
4, 4.
There's 413k in caches.
5.5.
I don't
And no
even know
money.
how to find that. Where do I find that? Where do I find that?
I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
Just because it'll be easier. I don't want you clicking buttons. We know how good you are with computer based off today.
All-time Australia list, is that where you're looking?
Yeah, but like in your profile, it gives you your ranking, and then you can just click on that number, what your ranking is, and it takes you to the page.
Okay.
But
Corey's in 250th.
You're 262. Troy's 235th, and Noman's 231. And I'd assume that that's not even including his. That definitely isn't including his cash over the last sort of 24 hours.
No. Who's in the...
So he'll be shooting.
Let's have a look. Who's number... Who do you reckon's number 1? Have you looked already?
Yeah.
Don't... Oh, you have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do any of those names surprise you, though? In the top 10?
Yeah, maybe 5th, Jeff Rossiter. I haven't seen Jeff playing much. I've certainly never played with him. Let's have a look at his most recent results. Yeah, they're
2017.
2017. He must have been absolutely crushing back then.
I mean, he got $3 million for getting second in a 1 million Hong Kong buy-in tournament in Macau, and he got 3 million American for it.
Couple of
24
bucks.
million, 24 million Hong Kong back in 2013. So that's 2013. That's pretty big buy-ins.
4, 4. 6, 4. Right. 7 days. 5,000. 8, 4. 9, 4.
Najim is shooting up that list, though, isn't he?
He is 14th for Naj.
And same with Yeater.
17,000.
would say Naj, Yida, and Josh McCulley
17.
are all going to continue shooting, like charging up that.
Malcolm Trainer in 28th. He is just a baby, so he'll probably end up in the top 5, I imagine, lifetime.
Ragger's there in 23rd. And Bert in 29th.
Billy the Croc in 32nd.
And there he is, my boy, 37th, Travis Endersby.
I just saw the name Tyron Crossed, and I remember him from winning a main event at the Aussie Millions. I wondered if he'd still been active, and he's definitely still active in the game.
6-4. 7-4. 8-4. 9-4.
And APL's ambassador, Jackie Glazer, in 45th.
3-4.
That tells you how long I've been playing poker. In 2010, I remember when Tyron Crossed won the Aussie Millions main event. I had no idea it was 15 years ago, but it was 15 years ago, so
That's wild.
I've been playing for quite a while.
You have been.
Still got some EV to recoup, that's for sure.
Travis is going to go up these charts a little further, considering his cash is in the 10 and the 20k at WPT. Will likely move up into around 35th. Do you know how much Travis loves the game?
All of the love.
All of the love, to the point where he has said that if he gets to a point where like money basically is just sorted for him and his family, that he would still plan to sell 100% of his action.
Wow. Surely you just keep some.
Adama was a chess player. Yida was a chess player in his youth as well, Max. Obst.
Max, did you ever play with Charles Sy or Tom Maguire?
I could imagine Tom being a very good chess player.
Mate, Tom is spectacularly good.
He seems spectacularly good at everything he puts his brain to.
I mean, he's got a brain the size of my pool, so pretty big brain. We've got a big pool. I'll be the first to tell you that.
This is where you slow roll him and come out. We've just inflated the kiddie pool at the back, and that's what that's what Nash gets to play in.
6-40.
Look at this. All right, so under the gun opens Ace Queen. Halit calls Ace 10-0, which we've seen him call a lot worse there. Chad's in there with the 10-9-0, which I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest, but I suppose he thinks he can just play people post-flop.
7-40.
Peters is in there with 6-4. And Dustin rips queens from big blind, squeezes, and Medi comes back over the top with ace queen. Thinking it's probably squeeze, but Dustin actually has queens.
Unfortunate timing there for Medi, but still plenty of opportunity to win.
Like 2 different flush draws and 2 different aces left.
Not going to do it. Ace and ace only. And Dustin Jung will double up back to above starting stack, which I'm sure he's very happy to do. Max, give us your honest opinion. Do you remember who of Charles or Tom was better? I'm very good friends with both of them, and I'd love your opinion. you cannot say they were both good. You have to get off the fence.
Shout out to Liam's wife Taylor, who's now watching. She's finished whatever she's watching on TV and decided to join us.
Oh no, she's going to hear me talking about her.
All those positive things. Oh, Tom was stronger by a decent amount of elo. Decent amount of elo.
Chess is one of those things, correct me if I'm wrong, that it's really quantifiable in the sense of your score, right? Like,
yep.
Is it ELO? ELO? Is that what you're referring to?
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, so your ELO score just basically means that Tom was a better chess player.
Yep.
Is that essentially it?
100%. Because there's just no variance in it, right? Like, it's just, you're playing a pure skill game.
Yeah.
So if you get beat and you play people enough, you're just going to, the better player will just continue to win.
Yeah.
So, yeah. ELO, which I think's it's actually a surname of the guy the person that came up with it.
Max will be
pretty sure. And is just a ranking system. Whereas you can't really do the same in poker, just because of variance, but also buy-ins and the amount of times people play and stuff like that. But when you're looking at someone is just better than someone else if they've got a higher elo, as long as they've been playing enough. Like early days when people haven't played enough games and it's a bit all over the place.
As long as
after
they get a large enough sample.
Yeah.
Max,
Yeah,
what's
there you
your
go.
score?
Ace Queen v Ace King.
Matty just running into it, unfortunately. Ace Queen versus Ace King for about 20 bigs. Sorry, 23 bigs.
He cannot nudge this flop. Oh, he can nudge the turn, though.
Turn.
Nudge on the turn.
It's a trick. You got to take off your glasses, get ready to go.
How else do you get yourself on Australia's money list and into 14th as Naj has if you cannot hit a queen on a turn in that spot?
Dean, give me your top 3 movies of all time.
What kind of a question is that?
Go on, give them.
9 days, 5,000.
I can't give you top 3 movies of all time.
Have you seen any movies?
I have seen movies.
You've seen a couple?
15,000.
I've seen a couple.
Have you seen Peter with Aces in the Cutoff?
I have not. But I have a feeling like most people are just going to get away. Michelle. Considering my wife watches movies as a job,
It's up.
but then again, she watches some stuff that scares the bejesus out of me, so.
Dean's wife is a content creator. Part of her content creation is reviewing horror films.
Definitely the
25,000.
majority of it
9, orange.
on YouTube.
Orange call.
All in call.
Aces versus King Queen on King 5-3.
Little 70-30. What about a 4 of spades on the turn? Oh, so close. Brick. I tried, Michelle. You can't say I didn't try.
Will we see Michelle re-enter tonight, or will he jump in again tomorrow?
Good ten.
Big blind.
Good ten.
After ace king as well.
Big up, man.
Ace king then ace.
Yeah. And I have only jack. So I start, I have jack. Are you going, boss?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
I think both of mine were ace queen.
I just take it easy because I want to keep it there as long as I can. I don't care loose. I just make it slow down. So
No more hands with me.
because, yeah.
Unless I get an 8 or better. Maybe play a 7.
How long still we have here? What time we finish here?
Sorry?
Huh? 12.
All right, so we are going to continue commentating through to the end of this
We go to like
level,
we have another 50 minutes.
and then we are going to call it a night, which will be very good for Liam because he needs to get some sleep before taking Nash for a swim.
No, it's been a long day for everyone on the stream, so we're going to wrap it up at the end of this level and resume for hand 1 of the hand 1 of day 2. I'm going to resist all of the FOMO and not go and play.
Are you?
Yeah.
You can really sit here and watch this and go, you know what, I don't want to get into this tournament.
Stop it.
I'm checking.
This, sir, is why it was a good idea for you to invest money in Solana and not in yourself.
Yeah.
8 check.
Oh, you got
1 check. 8 check. 1 check.
Loose.
Check. 1 check. 3 10 10. 10.
Thank you. That's it. Yeah, I'm happy now. That's all right. I got my blind bag. Another round. You know him? You know him?
Very good friend.
No, he's a good man. He's a good player too, but not lucky. Can't do much.
Saki whipping out the cards.
4 days. 5,000.
Dean,
Yes.
half the field are gone, and this tournament's 20 minutes from my home.
6 4.
I don't understand why you're not playing. I don't understand why I'm not playing and I'm 5-hour flight away.
Yeah.
If anyone is in the Brisbane area and they're not playing this,
Yeah, I know.
I don't understand why. Get down there.
I knew it only last 2 hands.
Remember, more rake is better. You'll be fine. In saying that, I don't think the rake has actually changed in the Jackstar. I think it's still the standard 13 plus 2.
6,000. 8 4. 3 4.
Chad peels a card. Turns a flush draw with his 5 high. But Peter is not slowing down here with 6 high. He's betting again. And rivers the straight, but Chad has rivered the flush, in which both players have had not a lot the entire hand. He just checks back the straight. He bet the whole time with 6 high, rivers the straight, and then no value, and Chad is very disappointed.
Extremely good check from Peter there. Situationally, I mean.
Yeah. Spider sensors were going off. What do you think about parents naming their kid the same surname as their first name?
I don't really know the history of Pete's name, but I'm sure there was something behind it. Taylor has strictly forbidden me from naming the next one Murray. So
Really?
yeah, I
No
don't.
Murray?
No.
Murray was almost my middle name.
You know what was almost my first name?
What?
In the 80s, when I was born, it was almost going to be Callum.
6 rates, 5,000.
Yeah, very good one, right?
Yeah, that was a popular name in our generation.
Everyone's 6 or 7.
Callum Murray. Callum Murray.
6 or 7 handed, right?
Very thankful that my parents decided to go with an Irish theme. My sister, of course, being Erin.
So I was almost Dale Cox.
15.
Okay.
But my dad's favorite joke was he wanted to name my sister Ophelia.
Oh no, he can't do that. I'm sure your sister is very thankful that he didn't.
Very. Mum would never have let him anyway, so she was safe. I think he just he's just all talk. He just likes to be able to say the joke.
Yeah.
When you got a surname like Cox, you got to be able to find the jokes yourself rather than let everyone else take them. You know.
You do really have to be able to take a joke. Like you would take a... Huh?
Murray?
Yeah, like a Murray. That's what I was going to say.
Like you would throw a pizza on a roof, as Max would say.
400.
Tough spot for Medi. Gonna send it in. It looks like
It's just the funeral, saying goodbye to it. 3-bit faults to 10s. Made the comment that there's only 30 minutes left. Lit gets the ace king O.
8 4. How much? 24. 1 4. 3 4.
Looks like a lit's just flattered like he has a lot of hands. And Dustin has the ace at jack O in the big blind. And I kind of expect him to. He's gone all in.
8.
Halit beats him in the pot.
Yep. And Halit stands up, walking away.
I want to stay another 15 minutes, but he doesn't let me. I gotta go.
I gotta go, he says. Chucks his jacket on with the best hand. How will we go?
This has to be a jack.
Oh, I mean, he knew.
And another one.
And a second jack.
And a full house.
house.
Last 3 hands,
Why not?
like he's gonna win.
Why not?
That's alright, bad luck. Can't do much.
Alright, well,
Why you say all in?
I think that does us. As far
Mate,
as
I reckon
commenting
that's
goes.
going to be us. Dean, thank you very much for joining me this evening and covering the helm.
Thank you very much.
Well, what a gentleman Khalid is. He shaking everyone's hand.
Including the dealers.
Yeah, what a legend.
Like that.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, that's the end of us, guys, for this evening. We will see you for day 2. Thank you, Dean, for joining me. That is us, and we will be signing off. Enjoy your evening. Thanks, guys. Good night.
Thanks, everyone.
You're back in it. This guy. Run good.
I can beat you guys, but yeah. Little bit better.